Chapter 3204. Due to unknown reasons, Sogu is unable to find this site today. Dear readers, please remember the domain name of this site and find your way home. Tianhai Dragon King possessed a physical body? Upon hearing Ao Jin's words, Wang Xian was slightly taken aback and astonished. Dragon King, according to my memory, the Heavenly Sea Dragon King has been scheming for billions of years. He even taught the forbidden art to the Heavenly Dragon King. He wanted to use the Heavenly Dragon King as a chess piece and make him bring purebred divine dragons or mutated divine dragon bloodline possessors. However, he suffered a huge loss because of you, Dragon King. Half of his dragon soul was taken away. Having lost half of his dragon soul, his control over the Dragon Palace was at its lowest. A level 4 universe supremacy was able to break through the defense of the Dragon King Palace. He might have been afraid of being caught, so he possessed a physical body. Based on my guess, he should have possessed Tianhai Dragon King's body. Ao Jin guessed and said to Wang Xian, "Possessed Tianhai Dragon King? How strong is he after that?" Wang Xian asked with a frown. With the resources left behind in the Dragon King Palace, in addition to Dragon King Tian being a rank 3 Universe Venerable, he should be able to raise his strength to rank 4 Universe Venerable. In addition to that post-celestial treasure, Dragon Pearl and similar treasures, he should be able to become invincible among rank 4 Universe Venerables and even fight against those of a higher realm. Ao Jin said, "This is really troublesome." Wang Xian frowned slightly. Now they were almost mortal enemies with Tianhai Dragon King. The resurrection that he had planned for billions of years was ruined by him. Not only that, but the Dragon Soul had also plundered half of it. Apart from the treasures in the Dragon King Hall, he had taken everything else. Tianhai Dragon King would definitely want to kill him. He might even want to hide in his physical body. An invincible rank 4 universe supremacy who could fight those of a higher level was a huge threat to the Dragon Palace. Especially a Dragon King who had lived for a long time. Prime Minister Turtle, send disciples to the Galaxy and keep an eye on Tianhai Dragon King's situation. Also, don't let the members of the Dragon Palace go out for the time being. Cultivate in peace. Wang Xian instructed immediately. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle answered immediately. Damn Dragon King, forcing me to possess such a lowly body. You took half of my dragon soul. I'm going to kill you. At the same time, somewhere in the galaxy, a humongous dragon palace was hidden within the void crack. Not only could the Dragon Palace be located in the ocean, but it could also cross the void. In the Dragon King Hall of the huge Dragon Palace, a Sky Sea Dragon King with a huge pair of golden wings roared furiously. Although he had regained his body, he was not happy at all. A lowly bloodline body even made him feel humiliated. He understood that it would be extremely difficult for him to reach the pinnacle with his current body. It was all because of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. He wanted to annihilate the Dragon Palace and devour their bloodline to seek a breakthrough in his own bloodline. Lord Sky Sea Dragon King, according to the news we received, the Dragon King has the combat strength of a rank 4 Universe Venerable. Not long ago, the Dragon Palace's Dragon King defeated the Star River Clan's Patriarch. His strength is terrifying. At this moment, a group of great demons knelt down at the front and bowed respectfully. Ever since the Heavenly Sea Dragon King completely possessed him, he immediately closed the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace. All the demonic beasts were trapped in the Dragon Palace. The Tianhai Dragon King had used a terrifying method to enslave all of them. Now, there were more than 100 big demons in the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace. However, there was only one rank 3 Universe Venerable among these 100 over great demons. The rest were mostly Universe Venerables level 1. This power was not weak. In fact, it could even be said to be very strong. But in the eyes of the Sky Sea Dragon King, it was still trash. Dragon Palace's Dragon King also has the battle power of a Universe Venerable? In addition to that willow tree, Dragon Palace has at least 2 level 4 Universe Venerables. When the Sky Sea Dragon King heard his subordinate's report, he growled ferociously. His expression was ugly. Due to the fact that he had lost half of his dragon soul, it was impossible for him to improve rapidly. He had consumed a large amount of resources to raise his combat power to the 4th Order Universe Venerable realm. Although the supreme artifact in his hands could make him invincible among Tier 4 experts and fight against Tier 5 experts, the possibility of him killing the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace was still slim. After all, if the other party were to escape, it would be very difficult for him to keep him here. If he couldn't keep the other party here, it would all be for naught. Either he didn't make a move, or once he made a move, he had to kill the Dragon King. His eyes glowed fiercely and his expression kept changing. If he had to wait a few thousand years or even tens of thousands of years for revenge, he would not be willing. He did not have that much time. He wanted to improve himself as soon as possible and destroy the Dragon Palace as soon as possible. The injuries on my dragon soul have yet to recover. I need some powerful divine herbs to recover. The resources in the Dragon King Hall are almost depleted. I need a huge amount of resources for my future cultivation. The Sky Sea Dragon King murmured and swept his gaze across all the big demons below. Let's go. Follow me to the Xinjiang clan. I'm going to suppress the Xinjiang clan. The Sky Sea Dragon Palace flapped his wings slowly and roared coldly. Yes, Lord Dragon King. The group of great demons immediately responded respectfully. Buzz. The next moment, the entire Dragon Palace shook and flew quickly towards the Xinjiang clan's Rainbow River. Although the Sky Sea Dragon King had been in the Sky Sea Dragon Palace, he knew the situation in the starry sky like the back of his hand. This included the strongest faction here, the Xinjiang clan. But today he was going to suppress and subdue the strongest race in the starry sky. The Sky Sea Dragon Palace sped through the starry sky. 2 days later, it appeared in front of the huge Rainbow River. Ka. The Dragon Palace came out of the space crack and flew towards the center of the Rainbow River. In front of the Sky Sea Dragon Palace, the Sky Sea Dragon King lay on a few dragon pillars and stared ahead with a stern face. All the demonic beasts stood respectfully at the back. Who are you? The Xinjiang clan had been living on both sides of the Rainbow River for generations. The Sky Sea Dragon Palace, which exuded a powerful aura, flew over quickly and attracted the attention of the Xinjiang clan experts. 2 universe supremacies quickly came over and sized up this incomparably huge dragon palace in amazement. They found the Dragon Palace familiar. I'm the Sky Sea Dragon King. Today, I order all the people of the Xinjiang clan to submit to me. The Sky Sea Dragon King looked at the 2 universe supremacies of the Xinjiang clan and bellowed. His voice reverberated throughout the starry sky. The surrounding disciples of the Xinjiang clan were shocked when they heard it. Sky Sea Dragon King? The 2 universe supremacies of the Xinjiang clan were also shocked. They squinted their eyes at the Sky Sea Dragon King. Sky Sea Dragon King, you inherited the Sky Sea Dragon Palace? They looked at the body of the Tianhai Dragon King with a cold look in their eyes. Chapter 3205. Most of the supremacies had seen Dragon King Tian as one of the leaders of the powerful clans in the Star River Galaxy. Naturally, the universe supremacies of the Star River clan had seen Dragon King Tian too. The experts of the other clans might fear Dragon King Tian, but not the Star River clan. In terms of strength and foundation, the Star River clan was much stronger than the Sky Dragon clan. Now, the Sky Dragon clan had been annihilated by the Dragon Palace. Now, Dragon King Tian might have inherited the Sky Sea Dragon Palace and had a breakthrough in strength. But he wanted the Star River clan to submit just like that? Their eyes were filled with coldness. Dragon King Tian, that lowly thing, is not qualified to be mentioned in the same breath as this Dragon King. You two are courting death. Die for this Dragon King. Today, if your Star River clan does not submit to this Dragon King, I will annihilate all your clansmen. When Sky Sea Dragon King heard the words of the 2 Star River clan supremacies, his eyes were filled with rage. His figure moved and he charged at the 2 Star River clan universe supremacies at a terrifying speed. What? Are you making an enemy out of the Star River clan? When the 2 Star River clan supremacies heard him and saw him charging over, their expressions changed. What? One of the supremacies narrowed his eyes and waved his arm. The sound of rushing water instantly spread to the surrounding starry sky, sounding an alarm. They sensed Sky Sea Dragon King's speed and dodged to the side with grave expressions. Die for this Dragon King, lowly thing. At this moment, Sky Sea Dragon King roared. Suddenly, a terrifying golden radiance appeared around the 2 Star River clan supremacies. The golden radiance instantly attacked their bodies. What? When they saw the golden radiance suddenly appearing around them, they were shocked. PFFF. However, they were not allowed to dodge. The golden light instantly entered their bodies, and they lost all signs of life. 2 lowly humans dared to provoke this Dragon King. Sky Sea Dragon King roared. With a wave of his arm, the Dragon Palace continued to fly forward rapidly. What? He actually killed 2 of our supremacies. Who is he? Heavenly Dragon King is still Heavenly Sea Dragon King. This Tianhai Dragon King wants to invade our Xinjiang clan. When the surrounding disciples of the Star River clan saw this scene, their expressions changed and they growled in a low voice. Noisy. Die for this Dragon King. The Sky Sea Dragon King flapped his huge wings and stood in the sky above the Dragon Palace. He swept his gaze across the people who were looking over and waved his arm. The shadows of the 4 golden dragons attacked in all directions. The terrifying attack and speed caused the surrounding people to be shocked. Run, run. No, no, no. Their faces were filled with fear and they wanted to escape. However, how could Tianhai Dragon King's attack be so easily dodged? They couldn't even return to their own divine kingdoms in an instant before they were instantly killed. Enemies are invading. Disciples of the Star River clan, get ready. At this moment, a loud shout came from the divine halls on both sides of the 7-colored river. More than 10 universe supremacies instantly flew over. Behind them, the legions of Xinjiang clan were flying towards them rapidly. Call your Xinjiang clan patriarch over and get him to lead all the disciples to kneel in front of this Dragon King. Or else die. Sky Sea Dragon King stared at the dozen universe supremacies flying over. His eyes were filled with violent killing intent as he ordered. Arrogant. You want our Xinjiang clan to submit to you? Do you have the right to do so? Tianhai Dragon King? Your Sky Dragon race has already been annihilated and you still dare to be arrogant. More than 10 universe supremacies flew over and stared at Sky Sea Dragon King. The leader of the Star River clan, a rank 3 supremacy, had cold eyes. Lowly human, die. Remember, I am Sky Sea Dragon King. When Sky Sea Dragon King heard how they addressed him, he instantly went berserk. His figure moved and he charged towards them. At the position of his dragon head, a golden crown gradually appeared. The crown glowed and in the middle, a saber and a sword crossed each other. An illusory crown flew out from his head, trapping the dozen universe supremacies of the Star River clan. Be careful, he has the combat power of a rank 4 supremacy. Dodge. The leader of the rank 3 supremacies narrowed his eyes and immediately shouted. Ping pong. However, just as they were about to dodge, the saber and sword on the illusory crown suddenly flew out. The saber and sword slashed towards the region they were at. Boom. A resplendent golden sword and saber light slashed across half the galaxy. What? The dozen Star River clan universe venerables revealed shocked expressions. Boom. Energy swept across and the dozen corpses fell to the ground. They did not even have the chance to scream. A bunch of insolent fools, die. Sky Sea Dragon King was infuriated. He moved and charged towards the huge shrine in front of him. Quick dodge. The elders have been killed. They are not his match. Quick dodge. He is not Sky Dragon King, he is Sky Sea Dragon King. Sky Sea Dragon King is not dead. In front of the shrine, some of the universe venerables that had rushed over were shocked when they saw the rank 3 universe venerable elder being killed in an instant as they roared loudly. From his words and Sky Sea Dragon King's actions, they realized that this was not Sky Sea Dragon King. He called himself Sky Sea Dragon King, and was likely the owner of Sky Sea Dragon Palace, Sky Sea Dragon King. As for why he occupied Sky Sea Dragon King's body, they had some guesses. Seeing the incomparably violent Tianhai Dragon King and his terrifying might, their faces were filled with shock. They hurriedly fled. Boom, boom, boom. Beams of terrifying golden light shrouded the palaces in front. The terrifying attack instantly covered hundreds of thousands of palaces. Ping, ping, ping. All the palaces crumbled under his terrifying attack. There were still many people who did not manage to escape in time and were killed instantly. If you don't submit, then die. Leave no one alive. Sky Sea Dragon King roared like a madman. Wave after wave of attacks raged in the sky above Star River clan. Every attack killed countless people and destroyed hundreds of thousands of palaces. Quick run. He is a demon. All Star River clan disciples flee immediately. Our clan leader will be here soon. All the experts of Star River clan had a drastic change in expression as they roared continuously. Looking at the berserk Sky Sea Dragon King, they were extremely embarrassed. How dare you? Sky Sea Dragon King, how dare you kill the disciples of my Star River clan? At this moment, a furious roar came from the void far away. A towering Star River clan leader with a scarlet sun above his head walked over. Chapter 3206. The clan leader is here. Clan leader. Countless palaces were destroyed by the Sky Ocean Dragon King at the base of the Rainbow River of the Star River clan. When the group of experts and disciples saw the Star River clan leader with the scarlet sun above his head, they were excited. The Sky Ocean Dragon King had the combat power of a rank 4 universe supremacy. Their clan leader also had the combat power of a rank 4 universe supremacy. As long as the clan leader arrived, he would be able to stop the Sky Ocean Dragon King. Xinjiang clan's clan leader, quickly submit to this Dragon King. When Sky Sea Dragon King heard the words of the Xinjiang clan leader, he looked at him coldly. He was still full of dominance as he looked at the Star River clan leader. Back then, I guessed that there might be a true dragon in the Sky Ocean Dragon Palace. Indeed there is one. However, you can no longer be called a true dragon. A true dragon would not kill the innocent, nor would a true dragon have such a body. The patriarch of the Xinjiang clan, who had a scarlet sun above his head, glanced around with an extremely cold expression. Sensing the thick stench of blood, his expression was extremely ugly. Courting death. In a while you will be crawling under me. The Sky Ocean Dragon King's eyes emitted a terrifying killing intent when he heard him. He flapped his huge wings and attacked the Star River clan leader. You are the one courting death. The Star River clan leader snorted coldly. He swung his arm and punched the scarlet sun above his head. The entire scarlet sun erupted like a volcano, meeting the Sky Ocean Dragon King head-on. A lousy postnatal soul treasure dares to fight me? The Sky Ocean Dragon King saw the huge scarlet sun. The crown on his head flew out and the swords and sabers on it gradually enlarged. Finally, the sabers and swords emitted a terrifying golden light that filled the sky and bombarded the scarlet sun. You must win, you must win. Given our clan leader's strength, he will definitely win. Even if he can't win, he can restrain him. We are prepared to help the clan leader against the brutal Sky Ocean Dragon King. At this time, more than 200 Star River clan universe supremacies had gathered. They watched the battle between their chief and the Sky Sea Dragon King angrily and nervously, ready to enter the battlefield at any time. Boom boom boom. At that moment, the terrifying golden sword collided with Qi Yang. Under the astonished gaze of the Xinjiang clan patriarch, the incomparably sharp and terrifying saber and sword directly pierced into Qi Yang. Bam! The entire scarlet sun emitted a violent sound, and cracks appeared on its surface. What? The Xinjiang clan leader's expression changed slightly when he saw the crack on Qi Yang. Clang clang clang. However, what terrified him even more was that the terrifying golden sword had pierced through the sun and was heading straight for him. Not good. What treasure is this? This is definitely not an acquired spiritual treasure, but an acquired supreme treasure. The patriarch of the Star River clan growled with a hint of shock on his face. Break. He let out a roar and swung his fists, sending a terrifying flaming meteorite at the golden sword and saber. Bam bam bam. However, the terrifying golden sword and saber broke through all his attacks and landed in front of him. A wave of terrifying energy rushed over. The Xinjiang clan leader's face turned pale as he vomited blood. The Xinjiang clan leader was defeated in one move. What? Not good. Back up the chief. All the surrounding universe supremacies were horrified when they saw this scene. They hurriedly took action, sending beams of energy towards the Sky Sea Dragon King. A bunch of trash like you dares to provoke this Dragon King? The Sky Sea Dragon King swept his gaze across, swept his arm and flapped his wings. Golden wings swept towards them. Puny trash, how dare you go against this Dragon King? Submit to this Dragon King immediately, or I will annihilate everyone in the Star River clan. As the Sky Sea Dragon King spoke, he charged towards the Xinjiang clan leader. Oh no, I'm no match for him. He's even more terrifying than that Dragon King. The Xinjiang clan leader's expression changed drastically when he saw the Sky Sea Dragon King charging over. If he continued fighting, he would definitely be annihilated. However, how could he be willing to submit to the Sky Sea Dragon King? Whoosh! He moved and hurriedly dodged to the side. Aha, trying to hide? If you dare to escape, we will slaughter everyone else in the Star River clan. The Sky Sea Dragon King saw the Xinjiang clan leader trying to escape. He flapped his dragon wings, sending beams of attacks towards the palace ahead. There were countless disciples in the Star River clan, and all of them lived here. Some of the weaker ones could not escape at all. The Sky Sea Dragon King's attack instantly killed countless people in the Star River clan. A large number of palaces were destroyed. Damn it. The Xinjiang clan leader's heart sank when he saw the Sky Sea Dragon King start a massacre, and his expression was extremely ugly. Looking at the crazed Sky Sea Dragon King, he had no doubt that he would slaughter all the disciples of the Star River clan. There were trillions of people in the Star River clan. If the Sky Sea Dragon King massacred them, there would be too many casualties. Sky Sea Dragon King, you are a member of the Divine Dragon race. Are you so despicable? The Xinjiang clan leader gritted his teeth and had no choice but to charge towards the Sky Sea Dragon King. Attack this crazy guy. Kill. The other 200-odd universe supremacies also attacked in unison. Under the crown I am the king. Suppress him. Ha ha ha. The Sky Sea Dragon King laughed maniacally. The crown on his head spun and expanded to millions of kilometers in size, forming a cage that shrouded all of them. Oh no, don't be shrouded by the crown. The Xinjiang clan leader roared. However, the Sky Sea Dragon King's strength was far beyond their imagination. As a former golden dragon, his battle experience and strength were not something that the Xinjiang clan could compare to. The crown shrouded everyone, and swords suddenly floated around them. Oh no. Seeing the swords appear out of nowhere, their eyes darkened and they had a bad feeling. At this moment, the swords and sabers moved and pierced towards them. The swords and sabers pierced through their bodies and screams rang out. The Xinjiang clan leader's eyes turned bloodshot when he saw this, and his body trembled violently. Stop immediately. We surrender. The Xinjiang clan surrenders. He roared with a bitter and unwilling expression. Roar, roar, roar. Surrender? Submit and prostrate before me immediately. Otherwise I will kill all of you. Ah! The Sky Sea Dragon King roared with a hideous expression, and his body was filled with a violent, murderous aura. He did not look like a noble divine dragon, but a ferocious evil dragon. Chapter 3207. Dragon Palace's Enhanced Strength Roar. Roar, roar. Beside the colorful river of the Xinjiang clan, an excited roar reverberated across the sky. A semi-dragon with huge wings exuding a strong murderous aura floated in the void. At the front, a group of experts led by the leader of the Xinjiang clan knelt in front with an awful look. Defeated. The Xinjiang clan was completely defeated. The leader of the Xinjiang clan had the ability to escape, but once he did, the Sky Sea Dragon King would slaughter the entire Xinjiang clan. He did not dare to escape because the Sky Sea Dragon King would really slaughter countless of their people. Our leader and the others were defeated. The Xinjiang clan is going to surrender to that evil dragon. It's over. We are going to surrender to the Sky Sea Dragon King. No. How can this be? He's an evil dragon, a brutal evil dragon. All the people of the Xinjiang clan trembled violently when they saw this. Their faces were filled with embarrassment. The Xinjiang clan had become the slaves of an evil dragon. The news of the Sky Sea Dragon King suppressing the Xinjiang clan with his dragon palace spread rapidly in the Xinjiang galaxy. When everyone learned that the Xinjiang clan had surrendered to the Sky Sea Dragon King, they were shocked. Especially when they learned that the Sky Sea Dragon King had defeated the leader of the Xinjiang clan with a single move, it shocked them even more. The Sky Sea Dragon King is not dead. He has occupied the body of the Sky Sea Dragon King. His strength is terrifying. Who would have thought that the Sky Sea Dragon King is not dead and has been reincarnated? His strength is too terrifying. The Xinjiang clan was defeated with a single move. He is much stronger than the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. I heard that the Sky Sea Dragon King is crazy. As long as the Xinjiang clan does not surrender, he will slaughter everyone in the Xinjiang clan. The Sky Sea Dragon King is an evil dragon. Countless people were discussing on the universe AI. The reincarnation of a divine dragon from a faraway place brought them a great shock. Especially when this divine dragon had suppressed the Xinjiang clan. Dragon King, this is news from the Xinjiang galaxy. At the same time, the situation at the Xinjiang clan in the Dragon Palace was reported to Prime Minister Turtle. Wang Xian frowned slightly when he read the message from Turtle Deputy. Why is Sky Sea Dragon King suppressing the Star River clan? For resources? With a puzzled look on his face, he pondered for a moment before continuing, there's another possibility. It's to deal with our Dragon Palace. That's possible, but it won't be that easy for them to destroy our Dragon Palace. Prime Minister Turtle replied with a smile. Keep an eye on the situation with the Heavenly Sea Dragon King. Wang Xian nodded his head. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. I'll have to fight the Tianhai Dragon King sooner or later. Wang Xian mumbled to himself as he sat on the dragon throne. With a wave of his arm, the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. One acquired spiritual treasure after another was placed on the 5 elements grindstone and rapidly absorbed, including the 2 ancient paintings from the ancient painting sect. These 2 ancient paintings were extremely powerful among acquired spiritual treasures. This time, after the 5 elements grindstone devoured, it should be able to kill a fourth-order venerable. As for the level of the 5 elements grindstone, Wang Xian wasn't sure. Ordinary acquired spiritual treasures and cardinal treasures could only unleash terrifying might when controlled. However, because the 5 elements grindstone had 5 of Wang Xian's doppelgangers, he didn't even need to control it himself to unleash terrifying combat power. After the 5 elements grindstone devours, it should be comparable to an acquired cardinal treasure, right? Wang Xian mumbled to himself. The 5 elements grindstone could attack the enemy's numinous treasures while it attacked the enemy while it attacked the enemy. If he were to encounter the Tianhai Dragon King, he might stand a chance. However, it might be difficult to defeat the Tianhai Dragon King. With Willow Deity and the Golden Dragon, he would definitely be able to suppress the Tianhai Dragon King. As he thought to himself, streams of energy surged into the 5 elements grindstone to increase its speed of absorbing spiritual treasures. Within the Dragon Palace, the rest of the Dragon Palace members were enhancing their strength in the Dragon Transformation Pool. Time passed, and the battle with the Dragon Palace struck fear into all the forces in the Milky Way. Be it the Mist Race or the 3 Feet Race, they were all respectful to the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace had become a transcendent existence in the Milky Way. At the same time, something big happened in the Star River Starry Sky. The Tianhai Dragon King announced that all the races in the galaxy had to submit to him, or they would be annihilated. As soon as this news came out, it caused a huge stir in the entire Star River Starry Sky. In the galaxy, there were 50 to 60 primary races in the universe. Even the weaker primary races had 2 to 3 universe supremacies. There were more than 1,000 universe supremacies in the entire galaxy. And the Tianhai Dragon King's announcement was for more than 1,000 universe supremacies to submit to him. This caused the entire galaxy to be in an uproar. They were shocked by the arrogance and conceit of the Tianhai Dragon King. However, they were also very fearful of the Tianhai Dragon King. By now, everyone had understood what had happened in the Galaxy River clan. The Tianhai Dragon King could really do something like annihilating the entire clan if they didn't submit to him. This caused the primary races in the universe to be extremely embarrassed. Now there were only 2 options. They could either submit or lead their clansmen to escape. Otherwise, what awaited them was the attack of the Tianhai Dragon King. The entire Galaxy River was in chaos because of the Tianhai Dragon King. And just as the Galaxy River was in chaos, within the Dragon Palace, the members of the Dragon Palace had completed their upgrades. After absorbing the resources from this battle, the strength of the entire Dragon Palace had undergone an earth-shattering change. The number of Dragon Palace universe supremacies had increased by about 400. Among them, the Heavenly Array had absorbed the resources from the Dragon Bones in the Dragon Tomb of the Sky Sea Dragon Palace, raising its combat power to the 4th Order universe supremacy. The rest of the Dragon Palace members and the leaders had all raised their combat power to the 3rd Order universe supremacy. Currently, there were about 500 universe supremacies in the Dragon Palace. 500 universe supremacies. This number was absolutely terrifying. Even the Galaxy River clan was a far cry from the Dragon Palace. Not to mention the 4th Order universe supremacies of the Dragon Palace. Other than the improvement of the universe supremacies, the other members of the Dragon Palace had also improved to a terrifying level. This time, after destroying 3 primary races in the universe, their elites were all at the God Emperor level. Close to 10 million God Emperor corpses had turned into resources, allowing the disciples of the Dragon Palace to improve to a terrifying level. Now, the weakest disciple of the Dragon Palace had the combat power of a Void 6th Order God Emperor. A Void 6th Order God Emperor could be considered an elite in the Milky Way. It wouldn't be a problem for them to manage 1 or 2 planets. Chapter 3208, Greetings Dragon King. In the Dragon Field, the million disciples of Dragon Palace were arranged according to their respective dragon species. Wang Xian swept his gaze across them with a satisfied look. The current Dragon Palace was definitely a top-notch existence among the primary races in the universe. The weakest was a 6th Order Void God Emperor, and there were more than 1,000 peak Void God Emperors. More than 1,000 peak Void God Emperors. This was definitely a terrifying number. Given the combat power of the disciples of Dragon Palace, these peak Void God Emperors could match more than 100 First Order Universe Venerables. The strength of the entire Dragon Palace had reached an unprecedented height. Get used to your increased strength in the coming period. Wang Xian instructed plainly. Yes, Dragon King. The million members of Dragon Palace answered respectfully. The leaders of Dragon Palace follow me. The rest of you may leave. As Wang Xian spoke, he flew towards the Dragon King Hall. You all know what happened in the galaxy. Now that Sky Sea Dragon King wants to rule the entire galaxy, our Dragon Palace and Sky Sea Dragon King are mortal enemies. We must prepare in advance for this. Wang Xian said. In these few days, there were already primary races in the universe who could not withstand the pressure of Sky Sea Dragon King and surrendered. Wang Xian could imagine that there would be a large number of races submitting to Sky Sea Dragon King. At that time, Sky Sea Dragon King's power would reach a very powerful level. Wang Xian had wanted to wait until he was fully confident of killing Sky Sea Dragon King. But now it seemed like he could not wait any longer. Dragon King, we, the venomous horned dragons, can enter the starry sky in all directions, parasitizing the bodies of the experts and grasp their every move. Orochi said immediately. Sure. Wang Xian nodded in agreement. Dragon King, I think we can kill our way over. Jin pondered for a while and said, Dragon King, with you, me, and the Willow Deity Heavenly Formation, we can definitely suppress Sky Sea Dragon King. But it might be difficult to kill him. As he spoke, he frowned slightly. Is the acquired treasure of Sky Sea Dragon King so strong? Even with our strength we can't kill him? Tianjin raised his brows and asked. Now that he could kill a fourth-order venerable Willow Deity and Jin could do the same, not to mention the Dragon King. If the few of them joined forces, they could almost contend against a Universe Rank 5 venerable. Very strong. Relying on that postnatal treasure, in addition to his own resources and experience, even a Rank 5 Universe venerable might not be able to kill him. Jin nodded. After all, the Tianhai Dragon King was once a divine dragon, a former Dragon King. Even though he was heavily injured, he wasn't that easy to kill. However, we can't let him continue to develop. Once all the primary races in the Star River Starry Sky surrender to him, it will be even more troublesome. Prime Minister Turtle said. Every primary race in the universe wasn't simple, they all had powerful trump cards. If the Star River Starry Sky was really suppressed by the Sky Sea Dragon King, it would not be good news for the Dragon Palace. If the Tianhai Dragon King recovered a little more and grasped some treasures, it would be even more difficult to deal with him. Jin, how much control do you have over the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace? Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he asked. About 45%. If I were to compete with him for the control of the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace, I wouldn't be able to win against him. Jin pondered for a moment before replying. Then what are the chances of us snatching the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace? Wang Xian squinted his eyes and asked. Snatch it? Jin's eyes flickered. The Sky Sea Dragon King doesn't know of my existence. If we catch him off guard and together with you guys, the chances of snatching it are very high. Moreover, once I enter the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace, I will open the authority for you guys to enter. He wouldn't dare to enter the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace. His words caused Aosia's eyes to light up. Now that Aosia had devoured 2 Rank 3 Universe Venerable Cosmos God Nations, he had the combat strength of a Rank 3 Universe Venerable. If the Dragon Kings could get the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace for him, then... Dragon King, do you mean to bring the Heavenly Ocean Dragon Palace here and let our devouring dragon devour it? Aosia asked expectantly. The Sky Sea Dragon King's Dragon Palace was comparable to a Rank 6 Venerable Cosmos God Nation. If he devoured it, wouldn't he be able to raise his battle prowess to that of a 5th Order Universe Venerable? Their devouring dragon could even increase the combat power of 2 Rank 5 Venerables. That's right. Wang Xian nodded his head. This was the best solution he could think of at the moment. As long as they could take over the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace, Aosia and the others would be able to obtain great benefits. By then, with the resources of the Sky Sea Dragon Palace, the 2 devouring dragons would be able to reach the 5th Order Universe Venerable Realm. Killing the Sky Sea Dragon King would be a piece of cake. Dragon King, this method is feasible. When shall we act? The group of Dragon Palace leaders nodded in agreement. First, control all the movements of the Sky Sea Dragon King, and then plan in detail. This time only Lei Ming, Jin and Willow Deity will be enough. Wang Xian said plainly. It's the Dragon King. The Venom Horn Dragon and the Spike Dragon went to investigate together. Prime Minister Turtle immediately replied. Wang Xian nodded his head. With the plan completed, Prime Minister Turtle and the others immediately took action. Wang Xian sat in the Dragon Palace and waited quietly for news. How many races have yet to declare their allegiance? At the same time, a majestic Dragon Palace floated above the colorful river of the Xinjiang clan in the distant starry sky of the Xinjiang River. In the Dragon King Hall of the Dragon Palace, The Sky Sea Dragon King sat on the dragon throne and asked the leader of the Xinjiang clan and the others coldly. Dragon King, only 15 races have declared their allegiance. There are still 36 primary races that have yet to respond. The leader of the Xinjiang clan knelt down respectfully and answered. Facing the Sky Sea Dragon King, his eyes were filled with respect and obedience. Clearly, he had been subdued by the Sky Sea Dragon King in a terrifying way. There are still 36 races? I think they want to be annihilated. Inform immediately that I will call for a Rising Dragon Assembly in 10 days. All forces must attend. Those who don't attend will be annihilated. When that day comes, I would like to see which race dares to disobey me. Ah! The Sky Sea Dragon King roared arrogantly. His eyes were filled with malice. It's the Sky Sea Dragon King. I will inform all the races immediately. Those who dare to disobey the Dragon King will be killed. The leader of the Xinjiang clan said with blazing eyes. Chapter 3209. Xinjiang clan announces that Tianhai Dragon King will hold a Rising Dragon Assembly at the Rainbow River in 10 days. All forces in the galaxy are to come. Those who don't show up will be killed. In the chaotic galaxy, a piece of news from the Xinjiang clan once again blew up the entire galaxy. In the past 10 days, Tianhai Dragon King had ordered all forces to submit, causing the entire galaxy to be in turmoil. Especially when the primary races of the universe announced their submission, there was even more of an uproar. Now, Tianhai Dragon King suddenly announced a Rising Dragon Assembly in 10 days. What did he mean? Rising Dragon Assembly? Is this the final warning? When that day comes, if any power refuses to submit to him, he might just make a move to destroy it. Tianhai Dragon King is so arrogant, gathering all the forces in the galaxy together. Isn't he afraid of being surrounded? Surrounded? With what? Xinjiang clan seems to have been completely subdued by Tianhai Dragon King. With Tianhai Dragon King and Xinjiang clan leader, who in the entire galaxy is their match? With Tianhai Dragon King's strength, anyone who doesn't submit will probably be destroyed. He's too domineering. On the universe AI in Star River space, countless people were discussing. The 30-odd forces that didn't submit had ugly expressions when they heard the news. If they didn't go in 10 days, they would be destroyed. But if they went in 10 days, they would be destroyed even if they didn't submit. They didn't have a choice. Rising Dragon Assembly? In the Milky Way Dragon Palace, Wang Xian raised his eyebrows when he heard the news. Then let's set it in 10 days. He murmured, a smile on his face. Most of the treasures in the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace were in his hands, including half of the dragon souls. The last one was the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace. Once he took it, the Dragon Palace would have 2 more rank 5 universe venerables. He was an invincible expert in the starry sky of Star River. Wang Xian told Willow Deity Ao Jin and the others about the news, and told them to prepare. 10 days later they would attack. Has the Winter Moon race contacted the twin races? Are they willing to attack? Hundreds of universe supremacies were sitting in a palace at the edge of the galaxy. An old man looked at the venerable with a moon on his forehead and asked in anticipation. I've already contacted them. The Great Elder and Second Elder of the twin races will be bringing people over. I want to see how much longer that evil dragon can continue acting arrogantly. The middle-aged man with a crescent moon between his eyebrows said coldly. It's good that the twin races can come. That evil dragon is too arrogant. I hope that the twin races can destroy him. It might be a little difficult to destroy him. That evil dragon was once a purebred divine dragon, an old fellow that has lived for billions of years. Even if we can't kill him, it'll be good if we can reduce his arrogance. I heard that there are other races that have invited the powerful races from the continental encirclement starry sky. Within the hall, the group of universe supremacies discussed, their eyes filled with coldness. In the universe, never underestimate any universe race. The Sky Sea Dragon King wanted 50 to 60 primary races in the universe to submit to him in this Rising Dragon Assembly. Naturally, the majority of the races would not agree. Some races had billions of years of history. They had powerful trump cards while others had powerful connections. Some primary races, due to luck, would be indebted to some middle-tier races. Or some primary races would have marriages with middle-tier races. All of these existed. Usually, one would not feel anything. However, when they faced a life and death threat, these connections would explode. Clearly, the threat from the Sky Sea Dragon King had infuriated many primary races. And the 100 over supremacies in the hall came from more than 10 primary races. Through their connections they took out treasures and requested for help from the stronger races. According to the news they received, there were many races seeking help this time. They wanted to see how the Sky Sea Dragon King would deal with this. Time passed day by day. 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. In the sky above the Star River clan, the array had formed an incomparably huge plaza. At this moment, around the plaza, more than 100 great demons and millions of beasts were lined up neatly at the front. Around them, Star River supremacy stood on both sides. At a glance, there were about 400 universe supremacies. In front of the plaza was an incomparably huge dragon palace. The entire dragon palace was emitting golden light. The plaza was connected to the dragon palace. It was like a plaza in front of the palace. Everyone came to pay their respects. Within the Dragon Palace Dragon King Hall, the Sky Sea Dragon King sat quietly on the dragon throne with his eyes closed. So. As time passed, many figures flew over from the square above the seven-colored river. The group of people had solemn expressions on their faces. There were not many people in each group. Some had a few dozen while others only had a dozen. They all represented their respective factions. The factions that came to the Rising Dragon Gathering this time were not just the primary races of the universe. Those domain-level races had to come too. This is the current faction of the Sky Sea Dragon King? So many universe supremacies. The Sky Sea Dragon King actually has more than 400 universe supremacies under him. This group of beasts seems to be experts from the Demon God Palace. When the domain-level race experts arrived, they all looked around in awe. They came to a corner of the plaza and stood there waiting quietly. So. Around them, more and more forces were flying over. Even though there were not many people from each faction, the Galaxy River was huge. Soon, tens of thousands of people gathered. Almost all the supremacies from the primary races of the universe who had already expressed their allegiance had arrived. They walked straight towards the supremacies of the Star River clan and smiled apologetically to get closer. And some of the lower-tier races that didn't submit gathered together. The universe paragons exchanged glances, revealing faint smiles on their faces. The entire plaza was very quiet. It was so quiet that the atmosphere was a little strange. Everyone knew that the Rising Dragon Assembly this time was not an exchange meeting. Dragon King, many major races have arrived. However, it seems like there are still many races that have yet to arrive. I wonder if they will come. At this moment, in the distant starry sky, Wang Xian and the rest were hidden in a space crack. Willow Deity scanned the surroundings, sensing the figures flying over as she spoke softly. The Sky Sea Dragon King wants to suppress the entire Galaxy River. I'm afraid he is not strong enough. Wang Xian shook his head slightly. According to their senses, only over 30 races had arrived so far. There were still over 20 that had yet to arrive. Since they had yet to arrive, it was obvious that they would not submit to the Sky Sea Dragon King. Things might get interesting next. Chapter 32:10. Reporting to Sky Sea Dragon King, 40 universe races have already arrived. There are still 21 primary universe races that have yet to arrive. In the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace, the Xinjiang clan leader came to the Dragon King Hall and reported to the Heavenly Sea Dragon King respectfully. There are still 21 races? Good, very good. Tianhai Dragon King leaned back on his throne and transformed into a burly middle-aged man. He wore a crown on his head, and his eyes were filled with a sinister look. Boom. Moving his body, he flew out of the room, exuding a strong murderous aura. The patriarch of the Star River clan immediately followed behind. Boom boom boom. On the square in front of the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace, waves of terrifying aura rushed toward them. The powerful aura was filled with unbridled might as it pressed down on the experts of the various forces in front of it. What a terrifying aura. Hiss, is this the Heavenly Sea Dragon King? I heard that he possessed Dragon King Tian. He was once a purebred divine dragon. Seeing the Sky Sea Dragon King fly out, the experts of all the factions felt this terrifying aura, and their pupils constricted slightly. Their faces were solemn and fearful. Tianhai Dragon King flew out, raised his head and let out a roar. A powerful aura surged forward. Bam bam bam. The faces of those weaker than the universe supremacies instantly turned pale. Under this terrifying dragon aura, they immediately knelt on the ground, sweating profusely. Today this Dragon King will exterminate all the low-level races of the universe that did not come. He said with a ferocious expression. What? Hiss, there are still over 20 races that haven't arrived yet. Could it be that he wants to exterminate all of them? The group of universe supremacies forcefully withstood the pressure of the Sky Sea Dragon King, their expressions extremely ugly. To them, this Tianhai Dragon King was a madman. Incomparably crazy and arrogant. What? Is there anyone who dares to object? The Sky Sea Dragon King asked with a sinister smile when he saw everyone's shocked expressions. Everyone looked at him and their hearts trembled slightly. They lowered their heads and no one dared to speak. Tianhai Dragon King, have you stayed in your dragon palace for too long, and your brain is spoiled? So. At this moment, figures suddenly flew over from the void in front of them. The one who spoke was an old man with a crescent on his forehead. He stared at the Sky Sea Dragon King coldly. Around him were numerous universe supremacies. The number of universe supremacies had reached more than 200. There were two people who stood out the most. These two people looked very strange. They have two faces. There was a face in front and another face in the back. Two-faced man. The two-faced men sized up their surroundings. They looked at the Sky Sea Dragon King and then at the dragon palace behind them. It's the Winter Moon race and their forces. Why have they come together? Dongyu and a dozen other races have come together. Who is that two-faced man? Why haven't I seen it before? All the forces were shocked when they heard the voice. The Xinjiang clan and the great demons looked over, their eyes filled with coldness and murderous intent. He's not just out of his mind. A purebred divine dragon took over the body of an alternative dragon and was trapped in the dragon palace for billions of years. He should be a lunatic by now. At this moment, another voice was heard. On the right, another 7 to 8 races and more than 100 universe supremacies flew over. It was obvious that these people were divided into two camps. One camp was led by two female snake demons with human bodies and snake tails. They were holding a sculpture and their eyes were filled with coldness. In the middle of the two female snake demons was a middle-aged man with a horn and a tail that was about 10 meters long. The leader of the other camp was a mecha that was about 10 meters in size. The entire mecha exuded a terrifying aura. Seeing their arrival, everyone was slightly shocked. I think you guys are courting death. Seeing their arrival, the Sky Sea Dragon King's face darkened as he roared. He moved and immediately transformed into the form of a sky dragon. An overwhelming murderous aura surged towards the group of experts in the void. How dare you insult our Dragon King? You guys are courting death. The leader of the Xinjiang clan flew into the sky with the scarlet sun above his head and roared coldly. Haha, I didn't expect the dignified Xinjiang clan to become the lackey of an evil dragon. The old man from the Winter Moon race laughed loudly and roared with a cold expression. The leader of the Xinjiang clan is being controlled. TSK, as expected of a purebred divine dragon. His methods are impressive. As soon as he finished speaking, a two-faced person at the side said with a smile. The Xinjiang clan is also pitiful. Evil dragon, you are even more despicable. You even said that you want to destroy all the primary races in the universe. Do you really think we are easy to bully? An old woman on the right said coldly. Facing the Sky Sea Dragon King, who was stronger than them, they did not have the slightest scruples or fear. They were no match for the Sky Sea Dragon King, but that did not mean that they could be bullied by him. This time, their arrival was not just to warn the Sky Sea Dragon King. What a pity that a true dragon has become an alternative dragon. The snake-tailed lady beside the old woman on the right shook her head. This person with a human body and a snake tail seems to be from the Sheiji race, a primary race in the universe surrounding the continent. If I'm not wrong, that two-faced person is from the twin race, a mid-level race in the universe. What is that mech? Feels so terrifying. Its strength is probably no lower than a level 4 universe venerable. This is getting out of hand. This Sky Sea Dragon King is getting out of hand. He has forced some of the primary races in the universe into a corner. In the surroundings, the experts of some forces saw the group of experts who suddenly flew over and did not care about the Sky Sea Dragon King at all. Their eyes were filled with excitement, especially when they recognized the twin race. Although the twin race was at the bottom of the mid-level races in the universe, they were still a mid-level race in the universe. Although the Sheiji race was only a primary race in the universe, they were definitely at the peak among the primary races in the universe. The number of venerables in the Sheiji race was terrifying, reaching close to 2,000. The only thing they lacked was a level 4 universe venerable expert. Although they did not have the combat power of a level 4 universe venerable, some of the mid-level races in the universe did not dare to underestimate them. After all, there were too many venerables in their race and they had many trump cards. Their arrival was obviously to deal with the Sky Sea Dragon King. The Sky Sea Dragon King had to pay the price for his arrogance today. Aojin, do you think this Sky Sea Dragon King is a little crazy? At the same time, in the void far away, Wang Xian, who had sensed this scene, raised his eyebrows. Chapter 32:11. This Tianhai Dragon King seems to be a little crazy. Aojin looked at the rising dragon gathering square and said bitterly. He had been trapped in the Dragon Palace for billions of years, plotting for billions of years. In the end, not only did he fail, but he even had half of his dragon soul taken away. He had no choice but to possess an alternative dragon. Perhaps this Tianhai Dragon King's brain had gone haywire. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so arrogant and disregarding the consequences of his actions. Now the price was coming. Those low-level races in the universe had invited the experts of the continental starry sky. The so-called continental starry sky, like its name, surrounded a continent. It surrounded the first continent in the universe, the first continent born in the universe. There was even a legend that the chaotic continent came first, followed by the universe. The continental starry sky was also known as the Ascension Starry Sky. In this starry sky, countless races and forces wanted to ascend to the chaotic continent. This was because that was the true sacred land of the universe. Acquired spiritual treasures were often born there. Acquired spiritual treasures would also soar into the sky if something happened. A blade of grass could be cultivated to such a terrifying level that it could slash the sun, moon, and stars. The great desolate continent was the truly resplendent land of creation. However, the forces that could establish themselves in the continental starry sky would not be weak. Their ultimate goal was to ascend to the chaotic continent. Naturally, they had to have a certain level of strength. It's normal for an expert to go crazy after being trapped in a place for billions of years. Wang Xian murmured. From the beginning, Tianhai Dragon King's actions had been abnormal. Those who could cultivate to such a level were all meticulous and would think twice before acting. Tianhai Dragon King's brain was abnormal. Perhaps the blow was too great. Dragon King, this is an opportunity for us. Tianjin squinted his eyes and said with a smile. Yeah. Wang Xian nodded. I'll leave Aojin Dragon Palace to you. We'll strike later and try to eliminate Tianhai Dragon King. A lunatic could do anything. It was better to eliminate him to save them too much trouble. Yes, Dragon King. Aojin nodded. A bunch of damned fools. How dare you challenge my authority? All of you will die today. At this moment, a furious roar sounded from the rising dragon gathering square. Kill them all. Leave no one alive. The Heavenly Sea Dragon King let out a wild roar and flapped his huge wings, directly attacking everyone from the Winter Moon race and the Twin race. Behind him, all the great demons and experts of the Star River clan under his control moved as soon as they heard the order and followed closely behind. Heavenly Sea Dragon King, I'll teach you a lesson today. Don't be too arrogant. The eyes of the Twin race's Great Elder and Second Elder revealed a sinister look. They moved and faced the Sky Sea Dragon King. 2 Rank 4 Universe Venerables want to go against this Dragon King? Die for this Dragon King. Tianhai Dragon King flapped his wings, and the crown on his head shone with golden light. The golden light flowed to the wings, and the golden wings attacked the 2 experts from the Twin races. Two-faced. The Grand Elder and Second Elder of the Twin races let out a low growl, and a double-sided mask of the Law of Wind condensed in the void. The mask was a little distorted as it met the Sky Sea Dragon King's golden nomological wings. Bam bam bam. The sound of a collision rang out, but the 2-sided mask of laws was instantly shattered. What? So strong. The 2 elders of the Twin races saw that their attack was instantly broken, and their pupils constricted. They had a solemn look on their faces. Sir, from the Horned Seal race, let's attack together. They looked to the right and shouted at the middle-aged figure in the middle of the Snake Lady race. Kill him. I want his corpse in the Sky Sea Dragon Palace. The middle-aged man with a horn and a long tail shouted confidently as he moved. Brr, brr. He let out a low growl and transformed into his battle mode. His body grew by about 1,000 meters, and other than the long tail and huge horn, he still looked like a human. The difference was that his entire body was covered in golden scales, and his entire body was shimmering with golden light. The Horned Seal race was also a mid-level race in the universe. To be addressed as Sir by the 2 elders of the Twin races, one could only imagine how strong he was. He had the combat power of a Rank 5 Universe Venerable. Rumble. His body emitted a terrifying aura as he locked onto the Sky Sea Dragon King and attacked. What? Even a Rank 5 Universe Venerable has appeared. Yes. This is the expert invited by that low-level race. Sky Sea Dragon King is in for it. Even a rank 5 universe venerable has appeared. 2 mid-level races. On the plaza below, the experts from the other forces were shocked when they saw this. This Sky Sea Dragon King had gone overboard. Leave the Star River clan leader to me. A voice came from the mech on the right that had a terrifying aura. The entire mech burst into flames and attacked the patriarch of the Star River clan at a terrifying speed. Kill them. The 2 ladies from the Snake Lady race shouted. They moved, and with the strange sculptures in their hands, they charged towards the Star River clan venerable and the group of demons. The battle had completely erupted. Fuck, kill that arrogant Sky Sea Dragon King, kill his people. Below, the rest of the universe's primary race powerhouses' eyes flashed. With a loud roar, they directly attacked. The Sky Sea Dragon King wanted them to submit or he would kill them. This had caused them to be filled with rage and murderous intent. Now that they saw so many experts surrounding them, they hesitated before attacking the Star River clan and the group of demons. Roar, rank 5 universe venerable? When I was at my peak I could easily kill trash like you. How dare you attack me today? I want you dead. The Sky Sea Dragon King saw the Horned Seal race expert attacking him, and his eyes were filled with murderous intent. The crown on his head flickered, and a golden light spread to his dragon tail. The dragon tail swept across and directly attacked the experts of the Horned Seal race. Hee, if you were at your peak I would indeed be nothing to you. But now you are a Yalong, a piece of trash. How dare you talk nonsense in front of me? The Horned Seal race expert had a look of disdain in his eyes as his golden tail met the attack. Bam! A violent collision sounded, and the Sky Sea Dragon King's body flew backwards. Large amounts of blood flowed from his dragon tail. Roar roar. His eyes were bloodshot, and his expression was extremely ugly. Attack. At this moment, Wang Xian and the rest narrowed their eyes and charged over. Chapter 32:12. Ao Jin, leave the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace to me. Once inside, bring it back to the Dragon Palace immediately. Let's speed up. When Wang Xian and the rest flew over, the unbeginning sacred wings appeared behind them. He brought Ao Jin along and flew towards the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace at a terrifying speed. Whoosh. When he brought him to the front of the Heavenly Sea Dragon Palace, Wang Xian changed his direction and immediately attacked the Heavenly Sea Dragon King. He moved his palm and a 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. The 5 elements grindstone smashed towards the Sky Sea Dragon King. Jianghu Dragon King, today is the day you die. He shouted softly, his eyes revealing a cold look. Wang Xian's sudden attack stunned the experts from the Horned Seal race and the Twin race. They looked over. Boom. At that moment, when the Sky Sea Dragon King saw the 5 elements grindstone's attack and sensed its might, his expression turned extremely ugly. The crown on his head flew up and collided with the 5 elements grindstone. Bam bam. The sound of collision reverberated as the 5 elements grindstone flew back towards Wang Xian. Let's kill him together. Wang Xian squinted his eyes and bellowed. Kill. The 2 universe supremacies from the twin races narrowed their eyes slightly. The wind demon formed from the hurricane law and attacked the Sky Sea Dragon King. The experts of the Horned Seal race also flew towards the Sky Sea Dragon King, their long tails sweeping out. Roar roar roar, all of you deserve to die. Dragon King, you deserve to die. I didn't kill you, but you guys actually dared to attack me. Roar roar roar. The eyes of the Sky Sea Dragon King, who was instantly besieged, were bloodshot as he roared crazily. He flapped his 2 reddish-gold dragon wings. Sabers and swords flew out and engulfed Wang Xian. Old man, you still want to covet our Dragon King's bloodline? You're really courting death. Hee, you won't be able to escape today. The heavenly formation and willow deity's voice rang out, accompanied by terrifying attacks that met the swords and sabers. Boom. The array and the dragon scale willow leaf collided with the Sky Sea Dragon King's attack and completely cancelled it out. Was this the Dragon Palace? They're so strong. When the 2 elders of the twin tribes saw this, their expressions froze and their eyes were filled with shock. They had already witnessed Sky Sea Dragon King's strength. He was definitely not someone an ordinary universe rank 4 venerable could handle. However, the 2 members of Dragon Palace were able to withstand it directly. This Dragon Palace was not simple. Moreover, the Dragon Palace had displayed 3 level 4 venerables at once, which was comparable to a weak mid-level race like theirs. Saint Dragon Shadow kill? Wang Xian narrowed his eyes. In the sky above, a shadow of the Saint Dragon appeared and swooped down on the Tianhai Dragon King. Corner region world breaking. The powerful being of the Horned Seal race growled. The horn on his head shone brightly, and he instantly attacked Tianhai Dragon King. You bunch of damn things, how dare you offend this Dragon King? When the Sky Sea Dragon King saw the terrifying attacks coming at him, his expression was extremely hideous. The crown on his head shone brightly, and a golden long sword and a golden saber slashed towards them. Bam bam. The clanging of swords and sabers was deafening, sweeping through the surrounding space. Bam bam bam. Terrifying collisions sounded, and the shadow of the Saint Dragon gradually dissipated. The attack of the golden horn of the Horned Seal race also gradually disappeared. This Tianhai Dragon King is so strong. The acquired cardinal treasure in his hand is very strong. When the powerful being of the Horned Seal race saw this, his eyes were filled with shock. He had thought that he could slay this Tianhai Dragon King with his own strength. Now, it seemed that it was impossible to rely on himself. Fire Dragon Array melt. At this time the attack of the heavenly array descended again. Fire subdued metal. 4 pillars descended around the Sky Sea Dragon King, and divine dragons dashed out from the fire pillars and attacked him. Wood Dragon Leaf. Willow deity waved his arm and countless willow leaves condensed into the form of a wood divine dragon, which attacked the Sky Sea Dragon King. The continuous attacks made the Sky Sea Dragon King's expression change drastically. He had relied on the acquired cardinal treasure to withstand the attacks of Wuxia and the experts of the Horned Seal race. Now that he was powerless, 2 attacks engulfed him. Bam bam bam. Ow. Ow. A blood-curdling scream came from the Sky Sea Dragon King's mouth. Large amounts of blood seeped out, making him look wretched. His blood-red eyes stared at the surroundings, and he looked extremely embarrassed. Just you wait. You bunch of guys, just you wait. One day I'll destroy all of you. I'll kill all of you. He roared furiously. His expression was hideous and terrifying. Little evil dragon. Today is the day you die and you still want to kill us? The eyes of the 2 elders of the twin races were filled with malice. A magic staff appeared in their hands, and hurricanes revolved above the green magic staff. The 2 waved their arms and countless thin needles condensed from the wind attribute shrouded the Sky Sea Dragon King. Today I'll cut off your head. The eyes of the powerful being of the Horned Seal race were cold as well. He moved and charged over. Once again the group of people besieged him. You want to kill me? Just you and you want to kill me? A bunch of trash. Even the pinnacle supremacies of the universe couldn't kill me. Just you? The Sky Sea Dragon King's blood-red eyes swept across them, filled with murderous intent. Facing the siege of a group of experts, he didn't show much fear. Roar roar roar. Just you wait. I'll take revenge on you one by one. Divine Crown Protection. He roared. The crown on his head shone with a dazzling light, protecting his entire body. At the same time he flapped his huge wings and flew towards his dragon palace. Although the Sky Sea Dragon King was arrogant and even a little crazy, he still had something to rely on. That was his dragon palace. Although he was much weaker, the dragon palace was still the powerful dragon palace. As long as he entered the dragon palace, no one could kill him unless they were at least a rank 9 supremacy. He could enter the dragon palace, escape, and find an opportunity for revenge. This was his greatest trump card and also the capital for his arrogance. Stop him. He wants to escape back to his holy kingdom. Stop him. The powerful being of the Horned Seal race roared. Wuxia squinted his eyes and waved his arm. The 5 elements grindstone above his head smashed towards the Sky Sea Dragon King. Bam. However, the 5 elements grindstone landed in front of him and was bounced to the side. Aha, just you wait. The Sky Sea Dragon King laughed maniacally and rushed towards the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace was very close to him, and he only needed a few seconds to enter. Once he entered, no one could do anything to him. Oh no, Chase. The expression of the Horned Seal race expert changed slightly as he shouted. Ehe. At this time Wuxia didn't panic. He smiled faintly. Buzz buzz. At this time the Sky Sea Dragon Palace shook strangely. Chapter 32:13, Seizing Dragon Palace and Destroying Sky Ocean Dragon King Below. Just you wait. The acquired treasure level crown covered Sky Ocean Dragon King as he roared with a ferocious look. The Dragon Palace was right in front of him. However, he did not notice that the Dragon Palace shook slightly. Boom boom boom. At this moment, behind him, the Horned Seal Race's rank 5 venerable waved a terrifying golden diamond towards Sky Sea Dragon King. Sensing the attack behind him, Sky Ocean Dragon King snorted and continued flying forward. Given the defense of his acquired treasure, it was enough to block this attack. Bam! Terrifying sounds of collision could be heard, and cracks appeared on the Sky Sea Dragon King's defense. Damn it, his acquired treasure is too strong. When the Horned Seal Race's expert saw that his all-out attack was blocked, his expression turned ugly and somewhat envious. Acquired treasure. Even he did not have such a level of treasure. If one wanted to obtain post-celestial treasures, they could only do so if they had a great fortuitous encounter. Or, there was only one way, and that was to enter the great desolate continent. Ah! The Sky Sea Dragon King laughed maniacally as he dragged his injured body forward. In the next second he would be able to enter his dragon palace. 111. However, at this moment, the Sky Ocean Dragon Palace shook violently and suddenly flew into the distance strangely. Sky Ocean Dragon King, who was flying towards his dragon palace, was stunned. He opened his mouth slightly and his expression changed drastically. His expression changed drastically and his body quickly turned illusory. Bam! Haha, Sky Ocean Dragon King, I want to see how you are going to escape without your dragon palace. Seeing the dragon palace flying into the distance at a terrifying speed, Wang Xian knew that Ao Jin had succeeded and smiled. He interrupted Ao Jin's thoughts of escaping back to his dragon palace, narrowed his eyes and charged towards Sky Ocean Dragon King. What did you do? What did you do to my dragon palace? Seeing that his dragon palace was escaping, Sky Ocean Dragon King wanted to control it to fly over but was met with a huge resistance. This made his expression change drastically as he stared at Wang Xian with bloodshot eyes and roared furiously. Ah, what did I do? Didn't you want to steal my bloodline? It's impolite not to reciprocate. This time I will take your dragon palace and your life. Wang Xian smiled faintly and looked at him mockingly. Without the dragon palace he wouldn't be a match for them even if he had a postnatal cardinal treasure. Surround him and kill him. Wang Xian said coldly. The 5 elements grindstone blasted towards the Tianhai Dragon King. So. Boom boom boom. The attacks of Willow Deity and the heavenly array arrived, and the terrifying might directly engulfed Tianhai Dragon King. Return my dragon palace. Return my dragon palace. Tianhai Dragon King roared crazily. He wanted to chase after his dragon palace. The Empyrean Sea Dragon Palace was his last trump card. Without it he would be finished. Losing the bloodline, losing the dragon palace, everything was over. Bam bam bam. The attacks of the 5 elements grindstone and the Willow Deity heavenly formation landed on Sky Sea Dragon King's body, causing his acquired treasure's defense to completely collapse. They actually snatched the dragon palace of the Tianhai Dragon King? On the side, the experts of the Horned Seal race and the twin races revealed looks of astonishment. Their eyes flickered as they attacked Sky Sea Dragon King. No. I, Sky Sea Dragon King, can't accept this. When the Sky Sea Dragon King saw the group surrounding him and sensing the terrifying energy, a look of fear appeared on his face. Given his current strength, he wasn't a match for them at all. With his dragon palace stolen, what awaited him was likely death. Kill. He attacked Wang Xian and the rest with a crazed look on his face as he flapped his huge wings. Die, beast. The eyes of the experts from the Horned Seal race were filled with coldness. He moved and charged over. His terrifying long tail swept towards the Sky Sea Dragon King. Given Sky Sea Dragon King's strength, he could barely resist a rank 5 universe supremacy. But if it was a life and death battle, he still wouldn't be a match. Not to mention there were still Wang Xian and the rest of the experts. At this moment, Sky Sea Dragon King had no strength to resist at all. Bam! The immense power caused his body to begin to crumble, and cracks began to appear on it. Demigods 8 divisions. Wang Xian let out a low growl. 8 shadows of the divine dragons bombarded the Tianhai Dragon King from all directions. The attacks of the 2 experts from the twin races also engulfed the area. No. Screams of horror and despair were heard. No. At the side, the big demons and supremacies from the Xinjiang clan, who were controlled by Sky Sea Dragon King, were horrified. Bam bam bam. Over at Sky Sea Dragon King's side, streams of horrifying energy were destroying his vitality. 10 seconds later, Sky Sea Dragon King was completely dead. No. At the side, all the big demons and supremacies under the control of Sky Sea Dragon King shuddered and their vitality was rapidly disappearing. Wang Xian swept his gaze across and raised his eyebrows slightly. What a terrifying art of control. He murmured. Whoosh. At this moment, Wang Xian saw the expert from the Horn Seal race making a move and flying towards the Tianhai Dragon King. He moved his palm and grabbed the crown on Sky Sea Dragon King's head. Wang Xian squinted his eyes and reached out to grab the corpse of Sky Sea Dragon King. Wang. However, just as he was about to grab, the expert from the Horn Seal race waved his arm and kept the corpse of Sky Sea Dragon King. You took the acquired treasure and now you want to take the corpse? Wang Xian raised his eyebrows slightly and said plainly. Your Dragon Palace has obtained the Sky Sea Dragon King's Dragon Palace. Your gains are greater than ours. The expert from the Horn Seal race frowned and said. Without us taking the Sky Sea Dragon Palace, could you have destroyed Sky Sea Dragon King? Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he said plainly. However, he did not snatch the corpse from the expert from the Horn Seal race. The corpse of Sky Sea Dragon King was comparable to the corpse of a rank 4 universe supremacy. There was another corpse not far away. Moreover, there were hundreds of corpses of the Xinjiang clan and the big demons. He moved and immediately grabbed the corpse of the leader of the Xinjiang clan. When he flew over, the eyes of the two women from the Sheiji race flickered. They moved and also grabbed the corpse of the leader of the Xinjiang clan. Beside the corpse of the leader of the Xinjiang clan, there was a powerful acquired spiritual treasure, Qiang. Scram. Wang Xian's eyes turned cold when he saw the two women from the Sheiji race trying to snatch it from him. The Horn Seal race and the Sheiji race are in cahoots. You still want more treasures. Chapter 32:14. Due to unknown reasons, this site is suddenly unavailable on Sogu today. We killed the leader of the Xinjiang clan. When the two women from the Sheiji clan saw Wang Xian charging towards them, their expressions changed slightly and they quickly dodged to the side. You guys killed him? Wang Xian swept a glance at them with sarcasm in his eyes. The death of the leader of the Xinjiang clan was due to the fall of the Tianhai Dragon King. He ignored them and went straight for the corpse of the leader of the Xinjiang clan. He kept the corpse in the mother nest and reached for the acquired spiritual treasure, Scarlet Sunday. This acquired spiritual treasure was very powerful. That's our spoils of war. The two women from the Sheiji clan were shocked. They waved the creepy sculpture in their hands, and a wave of energy attacked Wang Xian. Courting death. How dare you attack our Dragon King? At this time, a cold murderous aura shrouded the two women from the Sheiji clan. Dragon-scaled willow leaves attacked them. The two women's expressions changed drastically. They waved their arms and a creepy dark force blocked the dragon-scaled willow leaves. However, the two women were only at the Third Order Universe Venerable Realm. They could not withstand the sudden attack of willow deity. The willow leaves penetrated their bodies, causing them to bleed profusely. Their faces turned pale as they screamed in pain. Stop. On the side, the powerhouse of the Horn Seal race looked over with a cold expression and berated coldly. Wang Xian waved his arms slightly, dispersing the creepy attack of the Sheiji clan and keeping the acquired spiritual treasure, Scarlet Sunday. If you dare to attack again, I'll annihilate you. He looked at the two women from the Sheiji clan with cold eyes. Are all the divine dragons so arrogant? Didn't you see what happened to the Tianhai Dragon King? The expert from the Horn Seal race squinted his eyes and stared at Wang Xian coldly. You think you can annihilate the Tianhai Dragon King? If you dare to attack me, I'll annihilate them. Wang Xian looked at the expert from the Horn Seal race and said coldly. If Ao Jin did not take the Dragon Palace away, it would be wishful thinking for them to kill the Sky Sea Dragon King. The strength that Wang Xian and the rest put in to besiege the Tianhai Dragon King was no less than that of the experts from the Horn Seal race. He was not afraid of the Horn Seal race's Fifth Order Venerable. Together with the Heavenly Formation and Willow Deity, he could easily deal with him. If Ao Jin came, he would be able to suppress him. The expressions of the two women from the Snake Charmer clan changed slightly as they looked extremely embarrassed. I really don't believe you can destroy them. Killing intent flashed in the eyes of the Horn Seal race's experts. The enemy has been eliminated. Everyone, it's time to collect the spoils of war. There's no need for conflict. The two elders of the twin races looked over and frowned as they spoke. I agree. A voice rang out from a nearby mecha. I want half of all the spoils of war. The powerhouse of the Horn Seal race said. Of the remaining resources, I want 30%. Wang Xian said plainly as he looked at the surrounding corpses. I'm not interested in the Xinjiang clan's territory and other treasures. I want these corpses. Aren't the two of you asking for a little too much? The faces of the two experts from the twin races darkened upon hearing them. You want the corpses? Array masters can find their universe god nation through the corpses. Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, you have a good plan. The powerhouse of the Horned Seal race said coldly. The Xinjiang clan's treasure vault, territory, and blessed land are all of high value. If you have any objections, you can find them and divide them. But in that case, the Dragon Palace wants 40%. Wang Xian said plainly. Your Dragon Palace has already obtained the Sky Sea Dragon Palace and you still want so many resources? The powerhouse of the Horned Seal race squinted his eyes. Dragon King, we are still in charge of the division of resources. I hope you don't forget about us. At this moment, the powerhouses of the Xinjiang clan on the right spoke up. We also want 20%. I don't think it's much. The powerhouses led by the Winter Moon race took a step forward and said. 10% is enough for us. The mech exuding a terrifying aura said plainly. In that case, it's not enough to divide. Wang Xian squinted his eyes. This lord from the Horned Seal race is a rank 5 universe venerable. I have no objections to them and the Snake Charmer race taking 50%. The two elders from the twin races said and looked at Wang Xian. Your Dragon Palace has already obtained the Dragon Palace. 20% is enough for you. 20% of the resources, in addition to the Sky Sea Dragon King's Dragon Palace, is equivalent to 30 to 40%. The old man from the Winter Moon race said plainly. That's settled then. Find all the treasures and divide them according to the proportion. The powerhouse from the Horned Seal race confirmed. Do we agree with your decision? Wang Xian glanced at them and said plainly. What? You don't agree? It's good enough that you have a share. Don't leave none for you in the end. The powerhouse from the Horned Seal race exuded an imposing aura and stared at him coldly. The two elders from the twin races and the mech that exuded a terrifying aura also looked at Wang Xian and the rest. The two women from the Snake Charmer race revealed a cold look. Haha, without you, our Dragon Palace can still annihilate the Sky Sea Dragon King. But without our Dragon Palace, it's impossible for you to kill the Sky Sea Dragon King. Since you think this distribution is reasonable, you can take it. Our Dragon Palace will take it with our strength. Wang Xian laughed loudly and looked at the Willow Deity Sky Array and the rest. At the same time, the unbeginning sacred wings appeared behind him and he quickly collected the corpses. Courting death. Presumptuous, arrogant guy. The Sky Sea Dragon King will be the outcome of your Dragon Palace. The powerhouse from the Horned Seal race roared coldly with murderous intent in his eyes when he saw Wang Xian plundering the corpses. The two elders from the twin races, the 100-odd universe venerables from the Winter Moon race, the terrifying mech, and the Snake Charmer race all looked embarrassed. They did not expect the Dragon Palace's Dragon King to be so arrogant and look down on them. Your Dragon Palace only has 3 rank 4 universe venerables. Even if they are stronger than ordinary experts, it's still too arrogant. They are simply courting death. Let's kill these reckless fellows first. The powerhouse from the Horned Seal race roared. Is everyone from the Divine Dragon lineage so arrogant? Besiege them. The venerables from the Winter Moon race roared with murderous intent. In an instant, 200 to 300 universe venerables locked onto Wang Xian and the rest. Chapter 32:15, Boom Boom Boom. A terrifying aura rose above the square of the Rising Dragon Union. But now the protagonist has undergone a huge change. Boom boom boom. Waves of terrifying pressure rose into the sky, and the vast might caused the starry sky to change color. One battle had just ended, and yet another battle had begun. With the twin races as the leader, the Winter Moon race had more than 10 primary races and more than 100 universe venerables. With the Horned Seal race and the Snake Lady race as the leader, there were about 70 to 80 universe venerables. With the powerful Mecha as the leader, there were 70 to 80 universe supremacies. A total of 200 to 300 universe venerables. Each of the honorables exuded an incomparably terrifying aura as they locked onto Wang Xian and the rest. They're fighting again. That Dragon King is so arrogant. They actually directly snatched the spoils of war. They don't put the Horned Seal race and the twin race in their eyes at all. That one from the Horned Seal race is a rank 5 universe venerable, while Dragon Palace's Dragon King is only a rank 4. This is too arrogant. When the experts from the surrounding forces saw the war erupt once again, their faces were filled with shock. In particular, the Dragon King's forcefulness and arrogance did not seem to be inferior to the Sky Sea Dragon King at all. The Horn Seal race and the Twin race were the powerhouses of the two mid-level races of the universe. The Dragon Palace was no match for the expert from the Horn Seal race and the expert from the Twin race, even if they were to disregard the power of the races. Courting death. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with intense murderous intent when he saw all of them surrounding him. Everyone had witnessed the contributions of the various forces in this battle. Since they dared to snatch the spoils of war that belonged to the Dragon Palace, they would kill them. I'll leave the expert of the Horn Seal race to you. Wang Xian ordered the Willow Deity Heavenly Array and the rest. He squinted his eyes and waved his arm, sending the 5 elements grindstone towards the expert from the Horn Seal race. As he spoke, the roar of a divine dragon came from afar. A golden dragon flew over at a terrifying speed. Yes, Dragon King. Leave him to us. The Willow Deity Heavenly Formation nodded its head when it saw Ao Jin flying over. Willow Deity, Sky Array Ao Jin, and the 5 elemental grindstone, each of them could kill a rank 4 universe venerable. If they worked together, they wouldn't feel much pressure against a level 5 universe venerable. 3 level 4 universe venerables want to go against me? Watch how I destroy all of you. When the expert from the Horn Seal race heard Wang Xian, a violent aura gushed out from his body. His long golden tail swept towards the 5 elements grindstone. He glanced at Ao Jin and his eyes flickered. Sir, help us destroy that golden dragon. We want its bloodline. Beside him, the 2 women from the Sheiji clan saw Ao Jin fly over. Their eyes emitted a burning luster as they immediately roared. No problem. The expert of the Horn Seal race smiled confidently. He clenched his fist, and a terrifying golden light condensed on his arm. Kill. Walala. Willow Deity let out a low roar, and her entire body instantly changed. Her hair turned into long willow branches. The willow twigs danced and attacked the leader of the Horn Seal race. Formation overturned the sky. The heavenly formation arm waved, and a formation shrouded the expert from the Horn Seal race. Brr, brr. On the 5 elements grindstone, the 5 divine dragons lifted their heads, and an image of a starry sky appeared in the sky. In the starry sky above, there were icy divine swords, huge brown coffins, powerful swords, and flame pagodas. Boom, boom, boom. The images began to materialize and materialize. The icy divine swords attacked the expert from the Horn Seal race. Sensing the power of the Willow Deity Heavenly Formation and the 5 elements grindstone, the expert from the Horn Seal race narrowed his eyes and revealed a look of astonishment. As these attacks came at him, he felt a sense of threat. Brr, brr. Ao Jin, who was charging over, opened his mouth and launched a golden dragon ball at the expert from the Horn Seal race. 4 attacks came at him. At this moment, the expert from the Horn Seal race had a slight change in his expression. Swish, swish, swish. He quickly retreated and dodged to the side. What? Seeing the leader of the Horn Seal race dodging to the side, all the surrounding experts were taken aback. You're courting death. You still want the bloodline of the divine dragons of our Dragon Palace? Wang Xian fixed his eyes on the 2 women from the Sheiji race. With a swift movement, he charged at them with murderous intent at a terrifying speed. The Sheiji race was also a race of female snakes. However, the female snakes had escaped from the Sheiji race. Wang Xian did not have a good impression of the Sheiji race, but neither did he have any ill intentions. However, they were courting death if they wanted the bloodline of Ao Jin. Stop him. Attack the Dragon King. We have more experts. When the 2 women from the Sheiji race saw Wang Xian flying towards them at a terrifying speed, their expressions changed drastically and they immediately shouted, Dragon King of Dragon Palace, don't be obsessed. The 2 elders from the twin races were a little embarrassed. They were still wary of the strength of the Dragon King of Dragon Palace. However, they had to fight for the resources of the Xinjiang clan. They did not want to be enemies with the Dragon Palace, but it did not mean that they did not dare to do so. After all, they were a mid-level race in the universe. Their overall strength was much stronger than the Dragon Palace. The 2 elders from the twin races waved their arms, sending tornadoes of laws towards Wang Xian. Bam, bam, bam. The experts in mechas at the side raised their arms and fired cannons at Wang Xian. Attack. Cover him with energy. The rest of the experts from the low-level races of the Xinjiang galaxy gritted their teeth and shouted. In order to invite the help of the Sheiji race and the twin races, they had paid a hefty price. However, if they could share the treasures of the Xinjiang clan, they could make up for their losses and even gain some treasures. If they joined forces, they would not even be afraid of the Tianhai Dragon King, let alone the Dragon Palace. Hee hee. When Wang Xian saw incomparably daunting energy covering him, his dragon eyes shone brightly. 8 luminosity dragon scale. He let out a deep roar. His body was covered with 8 colored dragon scales, and the yin-yang tai chi diagram was revolving around him. He spread out the unbeginning saint wings and found a weak point. Swish. The unbeginning saint wings flapped and flew towards that weak point instantly. At full speed, his speed was comparable to a rank 5 universe supremacy. Among those present, only the experts from the Horn Seal race could contend with Wang Xian. The rest were much weaker in terms of speed. His daunting speed allowed him to dodge the overwhelming attacks. He squinted his eyes and locked onto a rank 1 universe supremacy. Swish. His figure flickered and instantly appeared in front of that rank 1 universe supremacy. Chapter 32:16. Due to unknown reasons, Sogu is unable to find this website today. Dear readers, please remember this website's domain name, Book Ocean Pavilion, and find your way home. Bam. Wang Xian arrived in front of a level 1 universe venerable at a terrifying speed. This time, there were more than 20 races and 200 to 300 universe venerables besieging Wang Xian. However, other than 3 to 4 of them who could unleash the strength of a rank 4 universe venerable, the rest could not affect Wang Xian at all. He arrived before a universe venerable in an instant. His palms turned into dragon claws and he grabbed him. The destructive energy immediately caused his vitality to disappear. Before Wang Xian, a level 1 universe venerable could not put up any resistance at all. That universe venerable did not even have the chance to scream before he was killed in an instant. Swoosh. The unbeginning saint wings flapped and he disappeared instantly. Be careful, he's fast. When an old man saw the expert of his own clan being killed in an instant, his face revealed a look of horror as he roared sternly. Attack him in an area of effect. Cover him with powerful energy. The mecha that emitted a terrifying aura ordered with red light flashing in its eyes. Hee hee, what's the use? Upon hearing his words, Wang Xian's eyes were filled with ridicule. That mecha and the 2 elders from the twin races, in addition to the bizarre attacks of the Sheiji race, Wang Xian could not do anything to them in a head-on battle. He might even be at a disadvantage. However, as long as Wang Xian did not fight them head-on, they could not do anything to Wang Xian's speed. Swoosh. Wang Xian flapped his wings and flew around them at a terrifying speed. Swish. In the next instant he locked on to a dozen figures behind him and chains appeared around him. Be careful. The mecha's eyes shone brightly as it sensed Wang Xian's target. It immediately shouted. However, it was too late. Swoosh. Streaks of blood-red chains instantly wrapped around them. The terrifying chains caused the 10 over-universe venerables to reveal looks of shock. Slash. An expert wielding a broadsword raised the broadsword in his hand in horror and slashed at the chains. Bam. However, the chains did not budge. The blood-red chains penetrated their bodies. Wang Xian pulled hard and the dozen universe venerables flew towards him. No sir, save us. No. Don't kill us. More than 10 universe venerables revealed a horrified expression as they loudly begged for help. Bam. However, in the next second, Wang Xian waved his dragon claws and shrouded them with terrifying energy. 13 universe supremacies were instantly killed. Wang Xian wiped them out and kept their corpses with a cold look on his face. These corpses were also a huge resource for the Dragon Palace. Hee hee, you bunch of trash want to compete with our Dragon Palace for resources? Wang Xian said coldly as he flapped his wings. He's too fast. We can't keep up. One of the elders of the twin races roared with an extremely ugly expression. Damn it. The expressions of the 2 women from the Snake Charmer clan changed drastically. The strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King had exceeded their expectations. It's just the beginning. I'd like to see what gives you the right to take away the resources that belong to our Dragon Palace. Wang Xian swept his gaze across all of them and moved again. Be careful, everyone gather together. One of the elders of the twin races roared. The speed of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King is too fast. How can he be so fast? I can't even see him move. At this moment, the foreheads of the experts from the forces in the Galaxy River Starry Sky were filled with cold sweat. They had a bad feeling about this. In just a dozen seconds, more than 10 universe supremacies from their side were killed by the Dragon King at a terrifying speed. They couldn't even touch the shadow of the Dragon King. How could they fight? Just you guys and you want to stop my hunt? Wang Xian squinted his eyes as he swept his gaze across them. 2 experts from the twin races guarded the group while the mecha stood in front of the group of supremacies. Two women from the Snake Charmer clan stood in front of the group of supremacies. Only 3 directions were protected by them. But what about up, down, and the 4th direction? Swish. Wang Xian flapped his primordial saint wings and disappeared instantly. Be careful. The group roared. Soaring cloud mist. At this moment, clouds and mist suddenly shrouded them all. Their vision was greatly obstructed in the rain and mist. Area of effect defense envelop everyone. Defense. That mecha expert immediately roared. Rays of dazzling metal shielded the front. The 2 elders from the twin races and the Snake Charmer clan shook their bodies and immediately released a powerful defense. The group of supremacies in the center also released their defense immediately, their faces extremely ugly. The moment they put up their defenses, Wang Xian squinted his eyes and looked up into the sky. These 3 guys and that terrifying treasure. How can it be so strong? In the sky, that expert from the Horn Seal race looked extremely ugly as he defended against the attacks of the Sky Array. Ao Jin fought in close combat while Willow Deity released thorns to restrain him. Sky Array directly attacked from a distance. As for the 5 elements grind, it was both close combat and energy bombardment. That expert from the Horn Seal race, be it close combat or long-range bombardment, was greatly hindered. A dignified rank 5 universe supremacy was being restrained by a rank 4 universe supremacy. This made him feel extremely aggrieved. Shit. Just as he defended against the attacks of the Sky Array and the Dragon Tail attack, he suddenly sensed danger from below. His expression changed slightly as he looked down immediately. Damn it. When he saw an incomparably terrifying dragon claw attacking him, his expression changed drastically. Boom. A huge explosion resounded. That expert from the Horn Seal race had a drastic change in expression as he spat out fresh blood. His eyes were bloodshot. What's going on? You guys can't even restrain one, damn it. Dragon Palace, Dragon King, you guys are courting death. You guys are provoking our Horn Seal race. The expert from the Horn Seal race flew backwards with injuries on his body as he roared ferociously. What? Oh no, that Dragon King didn't attack us. He went to attack the Lord from the Horn Seal race. Within the shroud of clouds, the group of supremacies released powerful defense. When they heard the roar of the expert from the Horn Seal race, their expressions changed drastically. They were fooled. When they released their defenses, that Dragon King didn't attack them at all. Instead, he went to attack the Lord from the Horn Seal race. That Lord was obviously caught off guard and was injured. This made their expressions extremely ugly. Damn it, that Dragon King is really hard to deal with. The 2 experts from the twin races looked extremely ugly. Chapter 32:17. Support Lord Golden WRM. The 2 women from the Sheiji race heard the roar of the Horn Seal race expert and their expressions changed drastically. The Horn Seal race expert, Venerable Golden WRM, was called over by them. Now that they heard the roar, the 2 of them immediately flew up into the sky. The rest of the Venerable's expressions changed as they did not know what to do. The 7 to 8 experts from the universe's beginner races hesitated for a moment before following behind. Voila! At this moment, Wang Xian, who had attacked the Venerable Golden WRM, immediately looked down and squinted his eyes. The unbeginning sacred wings flapped and he flew down at a terrifying speed. He locked his gaze on the group of venerables behind the 2 women from the Sheiji race. The 2 women from the Sheiji race were only rank 3 universe venerables. However, with that strange statue, it would be troublesome for Wang Xian to eliminate them. Therefore, he locked his gaze on the 70 to 80 universe venerables behind. This group of universe supremacies, the strongest was only a level 2 universe supremacy. Their line of sight was greatly obstructed by the clouds and mist. Swish. At this moment, the 2 women from the Sheiji race who were flying up into the sky felt a sound attacking them. They focused their gazes and hugged the statue in their hands, emitting a strange energy. Oh no, the Dragon King is attacking us. At this moment, a fearful voice came from behind them. Oh no. The 2 women from the Sheiji race had a change of expression. Wang Xian arrived before the group of venerables at a terrifying speed, his dragon claws slashing through their bodies. Below, a dragon tomb appeared and engulfed them. 5 elements annihilation river. Wang Xian opened his mouth and a grayish torrent swept through the 70 to 80 universe venerables. No. Run. Bam bam bam. Some of the venerables screamed in despair as they desperately tried to escape in all directions. However, Wang Xian was faster. The Annihilation River swept over as Wang Xian's 5 elements dragon claws engulfed everyone, knocking them into the dragon tomb. The terrifying energy within the dragon tomb quickly wiped out their last chance of survival. Dragon King, you are courting death. The 2 women from the Snake Charmer clan reacted as they turned around and let out a sharp cry. On top of their statues, a black poisonous snake flew out and let out a horrifying roar. It's a little slow. Wang Xian swept his gaze over and revealed a mocking expression. With a wave of his arm, he collected the 70 to 80 corpses. You low-level races of the universe are simply seeking your own destruction. Our Dragon Palace is not the Sky Ocean Dragon King. Wang Xian easily dodged the attacks of the 2 venomous snakes. With a flap of the unbeginning sacred wings, he flew to the side and said plainly. The group of universe supremacies that followed the Snake Lady clan were killed. What should we do? What should we do? What's the situation with the Lord of the Horned Seal race? Without him to deal with the Dragon King, all of us would have been killed by the Dragon King sooner or later. Supremacy Golden WRM is completely pinned down. We're not a match for the Dragon King of Dragon Palace. Below, the group of venerables from the primary races of the Galaxy River Starry Sky universe had ugly looks on their faces. The number of universe venerables that died at the hands of Dragon Palace's Dragon King had already reached 70 to 80. Although he wasn't an expert from their race, he was now on the same side as them. The fox mourned the death of the rabbit. They might be next. Moreover, the strength displayed by the Dragon Palace made them fearful. They were a race from the Galaxy River Starry Sky. If the Dragon Palace were to seek revenge on them in the future, given the terrifying strength of the Dragon Palace, they could be easily annihilated. I didn't expect the experts from the Horned Seal race, the Twin race and the Snake Lady clan to be no match for the Dragon Palace. That Dragon King has already killed close to 100 universe supremacies. His strength is too terrifying. Fortunately, we didn't participate. The strength of the Dragon Palace is much more terrifying than the Sky Ocean Dragon King. In the battle to kill the Sky Ocean Dragon King, the Dragon Palace's Dragon King played a crucial role. In the end, the Dragon Palace was only given 20% of the spoils of war. They're in big trouble now. Not to mention the spoils of war, I don't know how many supremacies will die. The surrounding experts from the primary races of the universe were shocked as they watched the battle in the sky. This time, all the forces had underestimated the Dragon Palace, and they had paid a heavy price for it. Even the distribution of the spoils of war would be hard to say. The Star River clan's spoils of war, we the Kanai race don't want it. The 2 elders from the Twin race and the few universe supremacies from the Winter Moon clan exchanged glances and said with a bitter expression. The speed of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King was so fast that they couldn't beat him at all. They could only be hunted down passively. If they continued to fight, they might be the ones to die. Even if the resources of the entire Star River clan were given to them, they wouldn't dare to fight for it. They could already tell that they couldn't win this battle. The words of the experts from the Kanai race made everyone's expression change. The experts from the Winter Moon clan had a change of expression, and they had the intention to retreat. Wang Xian swept his gaze across the group. With a shift of his body, he did not attack again. Instead, he flew to the side. There were still a bunch of corpses of the Star River clan and great demons that hadn't been collected. He flew over and collected all the corpses. The mist in the center disappeared, and the Twin race, Mechas and Snake Lady clan gathered together. Behind them were close to 200 universe supremacies. Wang Xian floated in the air and stared at them mockingly. Continue or scram immediately. He swept his gaze across the crowd and asked emotionlessly. Dragon King, your Dragon Palace doesn't have the capability to make us leave. Upon hearing his words, the 2 elders of the Twin races replied with cold expressions. You can kill them, but you can't kill us. We will still get a share of the resources this time. The mecha stared at Wang Xian and echoed coldly. It's all right. I'll count how many resources you take away to the races behind you. If they don't compensate the Dragon Palace, I'll annihilate them. Wang Xian chuckled and his tone was full of malice. Dragon King, you don't go too far. The experts from the low-level races in the universe were shocked upon hearing his words. They clenched their fists and growled in a low voice. So what if I'm bullying you? Since you dare to besiege our Dragon Palace, we're already being merciful by not annihilating you. Wang Xian swept his gaze across them, and his eyes were filled with mockery and disdain. They had to pay the price for going against the Dragon Palace. It would be difficult for them to stop the Horn Seal race, Twin race, Snake Lady clan, and that mecha. Some of the treasures would definitely fall into their hands. But it didn't matter. They could just make up for it from the low-level races in the universe. Chapter 32:18, Who. Within the plaza of the Rising Dragon Association, Dong Yu and the other Star River universe primary race supremacies were breathing rapidly. This time they had called the Twin races and the Snake Charmer race over to tide over this crisis. They had already paid a huge price. Now that a lesser dragon had been killed, a true dragon had appeared. The domineering attitude of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King made their faces turn ugly. If the Dragon Palace really wanted them to pay a certain price and take out some treasures as compensation, they would be annihilated if they disagreed. This was not much different from submitting to the Tianhai Dragon King. Either he took out treasures as compensation, or he fled the starry sky of the Star River. As for the others, the experts of the Horn Seal race and the Twin races couldn't protect them all the time. The Dragon Palace was slightly different from the Heavenly Sea Dragon King. The Tianhai Dragon King was arrogant and domineering. Although the Dragon Palace was domineering, they always had a plan. If he really wanted to exterminate them, they wouldn't be able to stop him with their strength. Unless the Dragon Palace was destroyed. My lord. They looked at the experts of the Twin races and the Snake Lady race with an abnormally ugly expression. The two elders of the Twin races didn't look too good either. Dragon King of Dragon Palace, do you know that you are making an enemy out of us, the Snake Charmer tribe and the Horn Seal Boars? Have you considered the consequences of becoming our enemy? The two elders of the Twin races stared coldly at Wang Xian and threatened him. I want to see what will happen to him. As Wang Xian spoke, he squinted his eyes and looked at the two elders from the Twin races. If I'm not wrong, the strongest expert from the Twin races is only a rank 4 universe venerable. Have you ever thought about the consequences of offending the Dragon Palace? Who didn't know how to threaten? The Twin race was a mid-level race in the universe, but they were merely the weakest mid-level race in the universe. Their strongest expert was a level 4 universe supremacy, and with the Dragon Palace's current strength, it would not be a problem for them to go against a dozen level 4 universe supremacies. Not to mention the increase in strength after the resources this time. It was hard to say who would destroy who. His words caused the expressions of the two elders from the Twin races to change slightly. Haha, a bunch of trash. Today you want to invade our Dragon Palace's resources. Our Dragon Palace is not afraid of starting a war with you. Wang Xian let out a hearty laugh. With a swift move, he flew to a position about 10,000 meters ahead. Damn it. Seeing that the Dragon King was right in front of them, and feeling the intense provocation, their faces turned gloomy. Scarab Venerable, we are no match for the Dragon King. We will return first. A universe venerate said to the mecha. His figure seemed a little illusory. Let's go. The Dragon King's speed is too terrifying. Beside him, a few more universe venerables were illusory. If they couldn't win the battle, staying here would only mean death. Naturally, they wouldn't court death. One by one, the venerables began to flee, instantly returning to their own divine kingdoms. Saint Armored Venerable swept his gaze across the mother port, but his expression did not change at all. He looked at the two elders of the Twin races and the two women of the Snake Charmer race. If you want to leave, then leave. The two elders of the Twin races said. The battle for the spoils of war was no longer something they could participate in. Yes. The group of universe venerables had a change of expression. After hesitating for a moment, they still prepared to leave. They could no longer participate in this battle. Continuing to fight here would simply be courting death. Swish, swish, swish. At this moment, several figures exuding powerful auras flew over from the front. There were a total of 300 figures, and every one of them exuded the aura of a universe venerable. Sensing the terrifying aura, the two elders of the Twin races and the two women of the Snake Charmer race were shocked. Those are experts from the Dragon Palace. They are experts from the Dragon Palace. Looking at the terrifying wind divine dragon swaying in front of them, their faces were unusually solemn. Just this terrifying aura alone was enough to make them feel immense pressure. One had to know that they had the combat strength of a rank 4 universe venerable. Why are the experts from the Dragon Palace here so quickly? Aren't they at Milky Way? Why are they here so quickly? The two elders of the Twin races were shocked. They had already reported the situation here to the clan, and now the clan had sent experts over. However, it would take at least a few days to rush over from landlocked star. Yet, the experts from the Dragon Palace had arrived so quickly. Didn't they say that the teleportation formation between Galaxy River and Milky Way had been destroyed? Once the experts from the Dragon Palace arrived, all the resources would be taken away by them. Dragon King, we agree with you. Dragon Palace will get half. The two elders of the twin races exchanged glances and spoke with different expressions. Are you guys idiots? Upon hearing them, Wang Xian sneered. He looked at the members of the Dragon Palace who were flying over and immediately ordered, "Collect all the treasures of Galaxy River Clan. You guys don't have to participate in the battle here." Yes, Dragon King. Upon hearing Wang Xian's order, the leaders of the Dragon Palace immediately responded. Dragon King, are you guys trying to take everything for yourselves? Are you ignoring us completely? The two women of the Snake Charmer race looked gloomy as blood dripped from their faces. Stop the people from the Dragon Palace. Our Horn Seal race can guarantee your safety. In the sky, the Horn Seal race saw that the experts from the Dragon Palace had arrived and shouted immediately. They were already pinned down. If no one held back the experts from the Dragon Palace, they wouldn't be able to get any treasures. The two elders of the twin races frowned and looked at the people from the Winter Moon race beside them. Hehe, you guys can try to stop them. Let's see if you guys will be annihilated by the Dragon Palace in the future. Wang Xian smiled and glanced at the people from the Winter Moon race. Not to mention whether they could stop the experts from the Dragon Palace. Once they dared to do so, the Dragon Palace would annihilate them. Even the Horn Seal race couldn't protect them. Go. The group of venerables from the Winter Moon race looked at the 300 experts from the Dragon Palace and the domineering Dragon King and pursed their lips. Going against the Dragon Palace? No matter what the result was, they could forget about staying in Galaxy River Galaxy. Sir, the venerable from the Winter Moon race had a change of expression as he looked at the two elders of the twin races. The Snake Charmer race and the Saint Armored Venerable looked gloomy as they knew that they didn't want to go against the Dragon Palace. At this time, the 300 experts from the Dragon Palace had entered the Galaxy River clan and started to collect treasures. The Witch Dragon, who was specially brought over, started to search for the Cosmos God Nation with the help of the treasures. Wang Xian floated there quietly with a smile on his face, sealing all of them. Chapter 32:19. One man guarding the pass, 10,000 can't get through. Wang Xian stood there calmly while the experts from the twin races, Sheiji family, Saint Armored Venerable, and other forces looked at him with a bitter expression. The low-level races in the universe did not dare to make a move. The strength that Dragon Palace had displayed had them in awe. Dragon King of Dragon Palace, are you going to make us your enemy? Dragon Palace, you better think about the price of making us your enemy. The experts from the Horn Seal race who were pinned down by the Sky Array Willow deity bellowed furiously. Today, either you defeat us and fight for the resources or get lost. As for being your enemy, Dragon Palace is not afraid at all. Wang Xian looked at the venerable golden WRM of the Horn Seal race and said plainly, "Roar roar. Good, very good. Just you wait and see." Upon hearing Wang Xian, the venerable golden WRM's face was filled with murderous intent. His body moved and he immediately retreated to the back. Now there was no need to continue the battle. They could not fight against Dragon Palace and could only watch helplessly as Dragon Palace took away a large number of treasures. The experts from the Horn Seal race can't fight against the experts from Dragon Palace at all. Dragon Palace is simply too strong. I never expected their strength to be so terrifying. Another force from the Divine Dragon lineage has risen. The experts of the various races in the surrounding galaxy who did not participate in the battle were shocked when they saw this. Dragon Palace had withstood the experts from the three major races and the horrifying mechas all by themselves. If they had distributed the spoils according to what Dragon Palace said at the beginning, they could have gotten quite a number of treasures. But now, some of them pursed their lips and looked at the venerable golden W. Perhaps they were not greedy, but they did not expect Dragon Palace to be so powerful. Venerable golden WM. The two women from the Snake Charmer clan flew towards Supremacy Golden WM. The venerable golden WM nodded with a gloomy face and looked down. A group of experts from Dragon Palace was plundering all kinds of treasures. The strength of the Star River clan was not weak. The treasures that their clan possessed could even tempt the Horn Seal clan. Now that he saw the treasure that originally belonged to them being taken away by others, his heart burned with rage. The people of Dragon Palace are too arrogant. They have no respect for us at all. A woman said with a changing expression. Our people will need a few more days to get here. During this time they should be able to take away all the treasures here. The other woman from the Sheiji clan also had an ugly expression. They originally thought that it would be a huge harvest, but they didn't expect this kind of result. Everyone farewell. The scent-armored venerable shook his head when he saw that. He moved and immediately left. The scarab venerable was a lone traveler in the universe. He did not have his own race. He wasn't going to get involved in the current situation. Continuing to participate might not do him any good. As he spoke, his figure flickered as he left. Lord Golden Flood Dragon, the two elders of the twin races flew over with ugly expressions on their faces. The Sky Sea Dragon King's Dragon Palace is a huge treasure trove. Together with the treasures of the Star River clan, the venerable Golden Flood Dragon's expression also changed slightly. As a former divine dragon, a former dragon king, the value of the Sky Sea Dragon Palace alone was terrifying, even if there were no more treasures in it. Together with the treasures of the entire Star River clan, the resources were too terrifying. That dragon palace is improving very quickly. There must be a powerful divine dragon inheritance in the dragon palace. The two women from the Sheiji clan said. Now they were considering whether to take action against the dragon palace. Once they took action they would have to destroy the dragon palace. Otherwise, the revenge of a divine dragon lineage would be terrifying. Especially since the dragon palace had a purebred divine dragon. The existence of a purebred divine dragon would have a much greater future potential than them. Let's check the situation of the dragon palace first before making a decision. After witnessing the terrifying power of the dragon palace, the venerable Golden Flood Dragon didn't dare to recklessly start a war. Although the Hornseal clan was an intermediate race in the universe, they weren't too strong. There was still a huge gap between them and those powerful races in the starry sky. They didn't have many rank 5 universe supremacies in their race. Before they had the confidence to destroy the dragon palace, they wouldn't take action recklessly. The twin races and the Sheiji clan were silent. If the Hornseal clan didn't take action, it would be hard for them to destroy the dragon palace given their strength. Damn the dragon palace. The two women from the Sheiji clan looked around with gloomy faces. This time they were here for the dragon blood and the dragon palace. In the end they only obtained the corpse of an alternative dragon. The venerable Golden Flood Dragon and the rest didn't continue attacking. Wang Xian and the rest floated in the void, locking onto them. Time passed slowly. Below, the members of the dragon palace had obtained a large number of treasures. None of the Cosmos God nations could find them. Dragon King, we've basically gathered everything that we could. After 10 hours, the leaders of the Dragon Palace walked over excitedly. Great, let's go back. Wang Xian smiled and waved at them. Go back. The group of leaders of Dragon Palace let out a shout and their figures slowly disappeared. What was left was the venerable Golden Flood Dragon and the rest who had a gloomy expression. Dragon King, there are many treasures in the treasury of the Star River clan. Most importantly, there are large amounts of treasures in the Sky Sea Dragon Palace. They should have been given to the Sky Sea Dragon King by the demons and the Star River clan. These resources can easily increase the number of universe supremacies in the Dragon Palace. Also, the resources from the Cosmos God nations and their resources can increase the number of universe supremacies in the Dragon Palace by another 200. Prime Minister Turtle and the rest finished counting the resources and revealed an excited look. I have about 550 corpses of universe supremacies here. Among them there's 1 rank 4 and 7 to 8 rank 3. Wang Xian waved his arm and took out all the corpses he had kept. He was full of smiles. The rewards of the Dragon Palace this time was much more than the rewards from the annihilation of the 3 races. The Star River clan had lost over 300 universe supremacies this time. In addition to the group of demons and those he killed later on, there were a total of over 500. These corpses could increase the fighting power of Dragon Palace by at least 500 universe supremacies. After this, the Dragon Palace will have the strength of a middle-tier race in the universe. Wang Xian's eyes shone. Chapter 32:20. The resources this time are almost enough for me to improve. In the Dragon King Hall of the Dragon Palace, Wang Xian's eyes sparkled as he read the information before him. There were hundreds of treasures in the God Kingdoms of the Universe Venerables, including the Star River Clan Patriarch's God Kingdom. This was a terrifying amount of resources. These resources could allow the Dragon Palace to produce more than 100 universe supremacies. Wang Xian roughly estimated that these resources were sufficient for him to achieve a breakthrough in his strength. Very good. Now that I've broken through, the 5 elements grindstone in my hand should be able to break through as well. It's a pity that I didn't obtain the Sky Sea Dragon King's corpse and his acquired treasure this time. He murmured. The corpse of the Heavenly Sea Dragon King might be able to give birth to a golden dragon in the Dragon Palace, and there was no need to mention the power of the postnatal treasure. Let me improve my strength and the 5 elements grindstone first. With a wave of his arm, the acquired spiritual treasure, Crimson Sun, and 70 to 80 other acquired spiritual treasures of the 5 elements appeared beside him. The 5 elements grindstone floated in the air and began to devour. The spiritual treasure, Scarlet Sun, which belonged to the leader of the Star River clan, was only one step away from breaking through to the level of an acquired supreme treasure. After devouring so many numinous treasures, the 5 elements great grindstone was almost guaranteed to improve. At that time, the 5 elemental grindstone would possess the combat power to kill a universe venerable. Brr. He let out a low roar, and a large amount of resources entered his abdomen and turned into dragon energy. In the dragon transformation pool of the Dragon Palace, all the members of the Dragon Palace were advancing. Beside the Dragon Palace was another Dragon Palace. At this moment, Wuxia was leading a few of his subordinates in devouring. The Dragon Palace is so arrogant. They actually took away all the resources and treasures. While the Dragon Palace was being upgraded, nearly 1,000 experts were sitting in a palace of the Xinjiang clan. The leader was an expert of the horn seal race with a single horn and a long tail. To his left and right were the experts of the snake charmer race and the twin races. Within 2 days, all the reinforcements from the 3 major races had arrived. Any one of the 3 major races would be an invincible existence in the galaxy. The number of universe venerables supporting them added up to more than 1,000. One could imagine how terrifying their strength was. The most precious thing is the Dragon Palace, that is the Dragon Palace of a powerful true dragon. The woman from the Snake Charmer tribe said with a burning gaze. The Dragon Palace isn't weak. If their experts work together, they can restrain me. Furthermore, the Dragon King can restrain 2 to 3 rank 4 universe venerables. His speed is terrifying. The venerable Golden Flood Dragon said solemnly and looked at the powerhouses of his race beside him. In other words, we need at least 3 rank 5 universe venerables to destroy the Dragon Palace? To be safe, 4 rank 5 universe venerables would be better. The Horn Seal race expert sitting beside the venerable Golden Flood Dragon said faintly. 4 of them are basically enough to annihilate the entire Dragon Palace. However, the venerable Golden Flood Dragon has obtained and acquired supreme treasure. If he refines it, he should have no problem fighting against 2 or 3 people of the same level. The eyes of the twin race's Grand Elder flickered as he spoke. His words caused the supremacy in the middle of the Horn Seal race to look at the Golden WRM's supremacy in shock. That's right, an extremely powerful acquired supreme treasure. I might need some time to refine it. The venerable Golden Flood Dragon's eyes flickered as he nodded. Congratulations, Guardian Golden Flood Dragon. An acquired supreme treasure is extremely rare. The Horn Seal race expert said enviously, if Guardian Golden Flood Dragon could refine an acquired supreme treasure, we wouldn't need 4 rank 5 venerables. Just the 2 of us would be enough. An acquired supreme treasure's power was enough to fight against 2 or 3 people of the same level. A powerful acquired supreme treasure was undoubtedly a terrifying trump card for them. However, acquired supreme treasures were extremely rare. To obtain one, they could only go to the chaotic continent. That's possible, but we still cannot underestimate the Dragon Palace. The venerable Golden Flood Dragon nodded. I will refine the acquired supreme treasure during this period of time. You guys go and test the Dragon Palace's strength. Sure, make sure to be fully prepared. The other Horn Seal race expert, a rank 5 venerable, nodded and swept his gaze across the other 2 races. They also nodded in agreement. The Horn Seal race's strength was a level higher than theirs. Naturally, they would not refute the venerable Golden Flood Dragon's opinion. At the same time, a dragon roar resounded within the Dragon King Hall of the Dragon Palace. Ding. Congratulations to host for breaking through to the 9th Order Void God Emperor. Ding. Congratulations to host for comprehending the law Divine Dragon, True Dragon Body. Along with the system's notification, Wang Xian raised his head with excitement in his eyes. He sat cross-legged and swept his gaze across his body. Wang. With a thought, his body began to transform. The 8-colored dragon scales began to change. Gradually, 8 rays of light circulated, forming a terrifying flame. following which the flame turned into water, water turned into golden radiance, and golden radiance turned into an earthy yellow. Name: Wang Xian. Race: Yin Yang. 5 elements: Divine Dragon, one with the dragon. Rank: 9th Order Void God Emperor. 8th Transformation of Divine Dragon. Transformation. Origin Source: 1%, 99% required for the next breakthrough. Superpower: Dominate the water creatures, governs the water creatures below your level. Devour living creatures to extract origin source. 5 elements: Control Cultivation Technique, Divine Dragon Transformation. Superpowers: Soul Capture, Spirit. Attachment Law of Superpowers: Dragon Eyes Locking. 8 Desolation. 5 elements: Dragon Claw, Yin Yang. World Destruction. 8 Luminaries: Dragon Scale, Saint Dragon Shadow. 8 Divisions of Heavenly Dragon, Dragon Tomb, Soaring Cloud Dragon, True Dragon Body. Laws of Law Control: 5 elements: Grindstone, Dragon Country in the Palm, Dragon Head Descending, 10,000 Mile Dragon Body, Yin Yang. 2 Extremes, Yin Yang. 5 elements: Bowl, Divine Dragon Tail Whip. Laws of Law Control: Metal, Wood, Water, Fire, Earth, Light, Dark, Wind. God Nation, Dragon Palace. Own Dragon Palace. Acquired. Wang Xian was full of smiles as he scanned his attributes. The attributes on his body continued to rotate. The True Dragon Body superpower is really strong. When it's activated, all the other attributes will be converted into one. This way it will be easier to counter it in battle. Wang Xian murmured as his eyes shone brightly. Ka ka ka. With a slight movement, he gradually reverted to his human form. His gaze swept across the 5 elements grindstone. It might take some time for the 5 elements grindstone to improve. He moved and came to the front of the 5 elements grindstone to refine the spiritual treasures. As the days passed, the 5 elements grindstone had a breakthrough after devouring Jianghu's acquired spiritual treasures. While he was still refining and absorbing the other acquired spiritual treasures, the increase in his strength had greatly increased his senses. Through his senses, he discovered that there were experts hiding in the surroundings of the Dragon Palace. They seemed to be sizing up something. Who's up to no good? The Horn Seal race? Wang Xian murmured as he disappeared in a flash. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.